Yeah, we're live now. Oh, and gotta start recording too. There we go. Boom. All right. I figured it out. I figured out how X works. It's good. I got the chat. Retry? Does it work?
Botrix says. Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
That's great. That's so great. Okay, well, they need to fix that. I'm not gonna harp on that. I mean, at least I got the chat now. I can actually see it. But yeah, this is gonna be a stream on Destiny. Destiny kind of pissed me off a little bit. Let's just say that, because I was watching some of his videos while I was doing some Factorio and I had some words. So that's what we're doing right now. Just gonna get right into it. 'Cause why not? There we go. Perfect. Oh wait, there's one more test. One more test. Oh, is that actually working? Oh, that's annoying though. I can't change the title of this at all. That's kind of BS. Oh, that's a... Wow. Well, alright, well, whatever. We don't care about this other platform. Alright, yeah, I'll figure that out another time. We'll keep this one on. Yeah. Chat rate. Well, I mean, that was me, so like that doesn't really count. Oh wait, actually, hold up, because I'm an idiot. Let me just moving chats. There we go. Now everyone, well, at least now I can see it. Oh yeah, so like, here's this video: Destiny versus Asmongold on Trump and Elon. And I have other little clips that I'm gonna talk about, but like, here's basically like, the whole point of this whole thing is that, like, this is basically post-election cope from Destiny. I'm just gonna say it as it is right now, because that's how I see it, honestly. But and here's some proof. Here's the facts. Because Destiny's like, oh, they never give out facts. I'm the only one with facts. And I'm like, okay, all right, Mr. Mr. Arrogant. Okay.
Listen to what he just said.
Harris got like 3 times the money Trump did? Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
It's pay to win, yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other. This is emotivism. We're just saying things that are pegged to an emotion. None of it like logically makes sense.
True, 100%.
This
right?
is the story of how the world's richest person, the owner of Tesla,
not being sarcastic whatsoever.
April 14, 2022.
Also, another claim that I have about this guy, Destiny, he freaking all he does is like anti-Trump propaganda. And so like, just listen to this and see how many times Destiny actually says anything to the contrary to this video that he's watching.
Elon Musk makes an unsolicited offer to buy Twitter for $44 billion. He claims the site has become politically skewed and says, for Twitter to deserve public trust, it must be politically neutral. October 27th, the deal goes through. The next evening, a far-right conspiracy theorist breaks into the San Francisco home of Democrat House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, intending to kidnap her. Pelosi is away, but the man attacks her husband Paul, hitting him repeatedly on the head with a hammer. Paul Pelosi escapes with his life, but requires surgery for a fractured skull. While most people take the chance to decry...
I like how Destiny brings this up as like a counter argument for why he's basically justifying why he whenever people bring up the whole firefighter guy that died and how Destiny basically is like glorifying borderline glorifying that, and whenever he gets caught in that, and he always likes to bring up the Nancy Pelosi thing and how people are making fun of Nancy Pelosi's husband like dying. I mean, not dying, but getting hit with the hammer, and people are laughing at that and like, it's the same thing. And I'm like, bro, one person died at a rally and he's not doing anything. He's just supporting his candidate, and then the other person was in a very weird situation. He wasn't supporting anything. I don't know why. I don't know why this guy was in the house. Like, everyone saw the video. Like, that guy was in the house somehow, and things were relatively chill. Like, it's not like someone barged into his house and just started attacking him. Like, he was there having a conversation with the guy, and then, like, it's just and he didn't even die. Like, one person got sent to the hospital, came out okay. The other person literally is like just deleted, gone. But no, they're basically the same thing. I like how he brings that up as like a defense for that. It's
political violence. The new
kind
owner
of sad.
Elon Musk
That's like the only thing
an
you could
entirely
like
false
come up
claim
with.
that Paul Pelosi was in fact injured in a drunken fight with a male prostitute with whom he was involved. Musk includes a link to a false claim on a website that has a history of publishing conspiracy theories, including a story asserting that Hillary Clinton is dead and has been replaced by a body double. Musk's post is retweeted 24,000 times before he deletes it. November 18th, Musk's Twitter starts to unlock previously banned accounts. Misogynist far-right influencer Andrew Tate was permanently banned from Twitter in 2017 after urging women to, quote, bear some responsibility for rape. Now he's back. Tate posts, I've decided to fly to the failed state
Notice
of
how
California,
Destiny
walk into
isn't
Twitter
saying
HQ,
anything.
and tell @Elon Musk he's a legend. On my way. 2 months later, Tate will be arrested in Romania on suspicion of human trafficking and forming an organized crime group. December 8th, 3 members of Twitter's Trust and Safety Council resign. In their resignation letter, they cite research that found slurs against Black Americans and gay men jumped 195% and 58% respectively since Musk's takeover. 3 days later, the remaining members of Twitter's
Musk's
Trust and Safety Council
takeover.
are dismissed. Musk then tweets that, quote, my pronouns are prosecute Fauci, a reference to a conspiracy theory that the COVID crisis was exacerbated by America's top infectious disease doctor. December 16th, having claimed he's a free speech absolutist, Musk bans @ElonJet, a Twitter account that tracks the movements of his private jet using publicly available data. Musk also bans the accounts of a number of journalists who have written about @ElonJet. February 12th, 2023. Ahead of the Super Bowl, both Musk and President Joe Biden tweet their support for the Philadelphia Eagles. Biden's tweet is seen 29 million times. Musk's just 9.
Is this story like I know this story? I've heard this. Is this confirmed 100%? This story is crazy if this is actually true.
Philadelphia Eagles. Biden's tweet is seen 29 million times. Musk's just 9 million times. Incensed, Musk leaves the
No debunking, no nothing, no criticizing. Is like, man, if this was actually true, man, I don't know if this is true, but it sounds like it is. And then moves on. Listens to it, just moves on. No slight technical, semantical arguments on like how this actually could be wrong. No contrarian nonsense. It's just, wow. Okay, all right, Destiny.
the game early and calls an impromptu meeting of Twitter.
And then he's like, and then he wants like people are like, why doesn't Destiny have critical? He complains why people don't like people watch him and then they watch other people. They watch other people on like that support Trump and stuff like that, and he has no idea why. And it's because like he doesn't have as much credibility as he thinks he does, or yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that comment.
Engineers at 2:36 a.m. Their job? To change the Twitter algorithm to artificially inflate the reach of Musk's tweets by a factor of 1,000, making him the preeminent presence on the site.
Now I'm getting fucking. Look!
And then his editor puts in like just evidence of this is basically just anti-Trump propaganda. Look at this. Throws in a clip of XQC basically just showing that, this is not a conspiracy theory. Look at it. Even XQC is experiencing it. Oh yeah. I'm like, okay, all right.
Look!
Like the cope, the post-election cope. He thought Karras was gonna win so easily.
Look! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
July 23rd, Musk announces Twitter is now called X. August 25th, Donald Trump, once banned, returns to the platform by posting a picture of his mugshot from Fulton County Jail with the words, "Election interference, never surrender." Musk reposts the shot. 4 days later, X reverses Twitter's long-standing ban on paid political advertising. November 15th, in a post promoting the racist conspiracy theory that Jewish people are importing immigrants to America to fix elections for Democrats, one X user writes, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. Musk replies saying, "You have said the actual truth." In response, several advertisers, including Disney, Warner Brothers, and Comcast, pause their advertising on X. Musk then tells advertisers concerned by hate speech on the platform,
Go yourself.
So fucking soy. And then he files a lawsuit.
Look, the one thing when that's hilarious. He starts talking whenever he hears the person that's like Elon Musk talking within the video as like evidence of like some sort of conspiracy theory. And now Destiny's like, now I gotta speak, gotta say something about that, gotta criticize that. Oh, it's so soy to say that on live television in the middle of Israel. Oh, okay, all right, Destiny.
Really, I think that when the advertisers left, it's because they were colluding against me. Oh my god.
Is that fair?
Because that
Over subsequent months,
that's when that clip was taking place. Like I think Elon was like, I made a video on that like a long time ago when that happened. It was actually pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie, because like he was on live television and basically just he basically disparaged a bunch of advertisers, and then because like he's not afraid of losing money. He's not.
Musk will become obsessed with the false claim that Democrats are allowing immigrants into America to create more Democratic voters, in effect, stealing the coming election, sharing the claim numerous times with his followers and pushing it to tens of millions more who choose not to follow him.
Why not just talk to Asmongold? Asmon doesn't want to talk to me. Okay, there's no, yeah.
A year later, it will be revealed
No one wants to talk to you because you're just a bad faith actor. No one big enough is actually gonna, like, Destiny made a decent point. Like, none of the people that are big, there's no value in them actually like having him on like shows anymore, because he's already like, there's no benefit. Everyone else is big. Like, the only people that'll talk to Destiny is smaller creators, because they want the publicity, even if it's bad publicity. Like, bad publicity is publicity, and the more eyeballs you get, regardless if it's negative or not, the better, honestly, for lower people. So Destiny, you should have me on.
that Musk, a South African immigrant, worked illegally in the U.S. in the 1990s.
I think you're so wrong
Musk boosted
about
the
a
pizza
lot of
conspiracy
things.
theory, a long debunked claim alleging high-profile Democrats ran a pedophile abuse ring from a Washington pizza restaurant.
But he's right on like a good portion amount of things too. And there's certain things that people criticize Destiny on that I think is just stupid. I was gonna say the other word, but yeah.
March 25th, 2024. Musk loses a lawsuit against the Center for Countering Digital Hate. He'd sued them after they flagged a rise in hate speech after Musk bought Twitter. In his ruling, a U.S. district judge calls Musk's case vapid and says this case is about punishing the defendants for their speech. May 2024, Musk creates a political action committee which he calls America PAC. Its objective is to mobilize 1 million Republican voters in swing states in an effort to hand the election to Trump. Musk commits to putting tens of millions of dollars of his own money into the Get Out the Vote push and clears his calendar every Friday morning for 30 to 60 minutes to meet with the team he's assembled to run the effort. July 14th, Musk calls Trump on behalf of JD Vance, urging Trump to select Vance as his running mate.
Wait, is that true? I actually didn't even know.
Like, the only thing Destiny watches now is hit pieces on people that like Trump that are big. Like, that's all he does. Like, every time the Tim Pool stuff comes up, he's like, oh, you mean the Russian simp that was taking money from Russia? I'm like, bro, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. I mean, he keeps, like, Tim Pool should honestly sue Destiny for defamation, because like that's all he does. And there's a quote of Destiny saying that he knows that that Tim is actually suing Kamala, but he still says it anyways. Like, someone brought it up, I think it was like Lonerbox or something, another person that's orbits around Destiny's sphere. But yeah, let's just keep going.
That.
So he's aware of it, but he still says it.
The running mate, after months of private conversations with every corner of his orbit, the former president took a call from a new voice. That person, Tesla billionaire Elon Musk, was one of several people urging Trump in the final moments to select Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. On Monday, Trump finally announced his choice. Vance would be his running mate. Oh, I didn't even know this. How Trump landed on Vance, a freshman senator from the heartland only half his age, is a story illustrative of the former president's showman instincts and chronic indecisiveness, a prolonged audition reminiscent of Trump's years as host of The Apprentice, a constant stream of rumors, many celebrate Trump's song. There's like a whole thing that I need to read into relating to like Peter Thiel, JD Vance, like the crypto bros, because there's like a whole thing back here that I just haven't read into it at all. Jesus, that's kind of crazy. I was not aware of this.
Vance says abortion is murder and insults women who haven't become mothers.
A bunch of child.
Destiny wasn't aware of something? What? That's impossible. Boom.
Cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made.
Musk's phone call is part of a broad effort by Silicon Valley billionaires to ensure Vance is selected. The next day, Vance is unveiled as Trump's vice presidential candidate. September 6th, Trump says that if he wins, he will appoint Musk to head up a government efficiency commission.
And Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head that task force.
The idea came from Musk, whose companies are currently facing at least 20 federal investigations. If he gets the role, it would give the world's richest man the power to regulate the regulators who hold sway over his companies. Last year alone, his companies were promised $3 billion across nearly 100 different contracts with 17 federal agencies. September 9th, Musk spreads a conspiracy theory that immigrants in Ohio are eating people's pets. The following day, Trump repeats the slur during the presidential debate with Kamala Harris.
Is this not as close?
Yeah, people should really stop talking about that. I mean, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything because like there is like actual like validity of saying that, but people say it's a conspiracy theory, but like there's people testifying saying that they've seen this, but like I guess they're not credible sources or whatever.
To an oligarchy as you could get in the U.S. Yeah, a lot.
It's
All of
just
these
hearsay,
connections are
right?
crazy. Like even without getting into behind-the-scenes conspiratorial stuff, just outwardly everything is crazy. Just the fact that Donald Trump was a real estate billionaire from New York who now has the help of the richest man in the world, who has purchased one of the largest social media brands in the world, who is used.
Oh, so Destiny now is he thinks that's like this is the elite. This is the oligarchy. He thinks that's an elite. There's like an elite cabal, and his name is Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Look at those billionaires in such high places of power in the government. Ooh, like bro, you sound just like the conspiracy theorists that are like anti like.
That social media brand to get Trump elected. Like that in and of itself is just insane. Without getting into anything else that's openly known, and without getting into anything else that's been reported on behind the scenes, that's already like insane. Like what's already been publicly stated is worse than any of the.
It's not insane for a multi-billionaire to like support another multi-billionaire in his candidacy. It's not insane. Like calm down, Destiny.
Weird, crazy accusations the right has ever obsessively made about.
That Dragon
Soros.
says.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, hey. This is more of a political stream, but what's up?
What do I have? Are these asthma suckers that are flooding my chat? Loving the conspiracies.
I had to make the video because I watched this guy, and I wasn't going to do anything today because it was going to be my only day off. And I typically don't stream on like the one day that I have off. But I was watching him and I had words, so I started streaming. So
are okay.
Here we
are.
are.
Destiny,
Here I am.
a Democrat, or this
How
is
are
going
you
to be
doing?
awesome. Whole lot of bring on any of your little like heroes to chat with me. None of what I
actually, we're gonna increase the speed because we're gonna blow through this guy's.
The difference between me and you is none of what I say is conspiracy. It's all in the open. It's all reported on, and I can cite and source every single thing. The difference between me and you is that you're going to give me some random.
Wait, what did he just say? Hold up.
Like that in and of itself is just insane. Without getting into anything else that's openly known, and without getting into anything else that's been reported on behind the scenes, that's already like insane. Like what's already been publicly stated is worse than any of the weird, crazy accusations the right has ever obsessively made about George Soros. Yeah. What do I have? Are these asthma suckers that are flooding my chat? Loving the conspiracies are okay if my name is Destiny and I'm a Democrat, or this is going to be awesome. Whole lot of bring on any of your little like heroes to chat with me. None of what I say. The difference between me and you is none of what I say is conspiracy. It's all in the open. It's
not bad, dude. I'm English, so I've just been enjoying the drama.
Ah, do you know this guy? This Destiny guy?
It's all reported on, and I can cite and source every single thing. The difference between me and you is that you're going to give me some random story from like the Daily Post Inquirer saying that like one unnamed source like talked about how Hillary Clinton revealed to him in a dream that George Soros was putting bugs inside of the microchips that Bill Gates was putting in your mRNA vaccines. Like that's the
like, bro. This is the like. What are you talking about? What is Destiny talking about? Who believes this stuff? It's wild that he believes that other people believe these things. It's just wild. Like. I don't know any like human being. Stupid. I don't know any like person that I know in real life that actually like says this stuff that Destiny's talking about. Like all the conspiracy theories that I hear from the Roy comes out of Destiny's mouth. Like that's literally all I hear from him. Like this is the only place I hear these conspiracy theories coming from the right.
Yeah, I know of him. I don't have a strong opinion of him.
I have a strong opinion, but it depends on what he talks about. Cause like I'll defend him on certain things, but in U.S. politics, I think he's just dead wrong. There's a couple other things that he goes deep into that I think he's kind of correct on, but yeah, it's pissing me off.
difference, dog. You have no fucking idea what the fuck you're talking about. You are like willfully fucking retarded.
In Springfield.
Also, whenever this guy says when someone's like retarded, it basically just means that he doesn't have an argument for it, so he's just gonna call you retarded.
They're eating the dogs.
The false claim leads to multiple bomb threats against the Springfield immigrant community, September 15th and 16th. Over a single weekend, Musk amplified the conspiracy theory that ABC leaked sample debate questions to the Harris campaign, falsely claims that the Dems want to take your kids, further fuels racist lies about immigrants eating pets, shares with his nearly 200 million followers on X that Trump must win to, quote, preserve freedom and meritocracy in America, and insinuates that it is suspicious that no one is even trying to assassinate Biden and Kamala, adding a thinking face emoji. The U.S. Secret Service confirms that it is aware.
Oh yeah, I finished. I did the space thing. Let me. I'm gonna pause this just for a quick second. Wait, why is it? Oh, okay. Well, I did the space thing.
Dragon says.
I figured it out.
I watched his interview with Alex O'Connor.
Who's that? Oh, and when was that? But I did the space thing. I like it. It works. It doesn't need thrusters because all it needs to do is make space stuff. I'll just make a new platform thing to make to go to the other planets. Also, I unlocked all the other planets, but I haven't been to any of them because I was like, I need to make nuclear power, which I did finally, and then I needed to make sure my smart train system works properly, and then I had to figure out timing because like there's an issue with the smart system.
Dragon says. Link.
Okay. Copy.
Fat Dragon says. That's the interview.
Oh, you like my oh wait, you can't even see that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you like my screen on the other side? Yeah, it's cool. It's good stuff. Control Z.
Can I ask you about some of your own tweets?
Sure.
After the first assassination attempt on Donald Trump,
oh wow,
you got quite a lot of heat for a series of
bro. Wait, actually, no, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this.
Had some choice words, not just for Trump, but also for Corey Comparatore, who was the firefighter that got killed.
Wait. I 100% bet he's gonna talk about. Actually, here, let me switch that. Turn it back on. Boom. He's gonna say, well, remember the people from Nancy Pelosi and how his her husband got hit with the hammer, and the conservatives were basically like laughing at that and basically basically, what do you call it? I wouldn't say, I guess, borderline glorifying it, because I would make the same argument on Destiny's case. I think he's basically borderline glorifying the firefighter thing, but
I digress. By mistake by the shooter at the Trump rally.
He's definitely going to bring that up, 100%.
Almost immediately calling him fucking
Fat Dragon
retarded.
says,
that is Corey, not Donald Trump.
He rags on the Republicans.
O'Connor? I know Destiny does, but does O'Connor? Because I've never seen this guy before. I mean, he probably does, but like, this is a good question. If this guy does rag on the Republicans, this is a really good question to ask Destiny, because like, this is probably the most controversial thing about him right now.
Trump saying that you have zero sympathy for anybody who gets caught in a crosshair like that, and seeming to have no sort of ill feeling about the fact that a former president, somebody tried to assassinate them. I must say that when I saw those tweets, I was shocked. I was surprised. And a lot of people messaged me and said, is this the guy you had on your show? Like, you might want to think again before having him back on. And I'm sure that people who have watched this far have already commented down below, I can't believe you had this guy back on. I understand that you are angry about the state of the right wing in America. I understand that you really don't like Trump, and that's putting it far too lightly. But when you talk about how you don't like Twitter because it sort of is poisoning our political dialogue, do you not think you're contributing to it as well with this kind of behavior?
No, I don't think the dialogue is being poisoned because people are being mean, of which conservatives have been disgusting for years, which is why I don't give a fuck about anybody that winds up at any of these rallies and gets shot or whatever the fuck, okay? Because they had no problem making fun of Paul Pelosi. They have no problem making fun of...
Knew it. He mentioned Paul Pelosi. That's his name.
Of anybody else that gets killed in some horrific event. A lot of conservatives...
Oh, wow. Okay, so Paul Pelosi is the only person he could speak to. All right. Oh, wait. Damn. This is very... Hold up. You guys can't even see that. All right, I'm gonna fix that. Need to go into filters. Show you what I'm doing live. Going into filters. I guess I'll just disable chroma key. Turn on color correction. Because like, I want a little bit of transparency. Just a little bit, so you can barely just see it. Barely just see what's on the other side. Boom. Boom. There we go.
Conservatives were laughing along at a lot of my tweets when I was making fun of Palestinians during my last, year and a half talking about Israel, and some of them laughed when I made fun of Israelis as well. But all of a sudden, Corey is beyond reproach. Bullshit.
I don't know any conservatives ever. Actually, I don't know them. The people that I watch don't really touch the Israel-Palestine stuff. It's a really touchy subject for them, so they kind of stay away from it. I like that's his excuse for why he's justifying the.
O'Connor is also known as the cosmic skeptic. He wants to be religious but doesn't have faith. He's a really good interviewer. He never says anything bad about anyone. Destiny, on the other hand, well, you know what he's like.
Yeah, I do. True. I'm gonna. Can I move? Hold on, I'm moving chat. I want chat to be. Yeah, that's fine. I can't really show you this, but that's fine. Yeah, why not? But yeah, okay. What do you call a cosmic? Oh, a cosmic skeptic. So he's basically an agnostic, right? Because like he's not an atheist. Because if he was if O'Connor was an atheist, he would reject God outright, or anything of a higher power. He would reject that outright. But agnostic basically says like, I don't know if there is a God, but I think there probably is one. Or like they're on the fence, basically. They're not religious, but they're also not like, they don't reject it outright. So basically agnostic is like on the fence.
I think that the issue that I have with X isn't people being mean, it's people that are just lying and contributing to a destruction of the discourse. I think that people can be mean. I think hate speech is fine, whatever you want to do there. But when you have people that are intentionally bad actors...
Destiny lies all the time, and Destiny is a bad faith actor. 100%. Like, he doesn't give... The only thing, every time when the word Trump comes out of his mouth, a negative thing comes out right after it. Like, if he wasn't a bad faith actor, then... I mean, I watch his stuff almost religiously, so like... I don't know. I think he's a bad faith actor.
Dragon says, Destiny talking is like a verbal minigun. And yes, and technically everyone is agnostic because there is no proof, for or against there being a god.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like, being agnostic, I'm not saying... The religious stuff is a feeling. It's a feeling. It's more of a feeling judgment, not a reality judgment. I don't think I know. Like Destiny, and this is the difference between me and Destiny. I actually think that like I don't know that there's actually like a thing out there. So for me to say that I know what the reality is, I mean, by your logic, I guess yeah, technically, but how do you know for sure that everyone, like you can't really say that as like a fact statement. It's more of an opinion, and I don't think religion can be anything more than just an opinion. So that's why I say so I guess in reality I guess everyone's agnostic, but like I can't really say religious people are agnostic because they truly believe what they believe, so they're religious. And atheisms are like, they completely reject the fact that, or they reject the reality that there's a God out there or a higher power. So they would outright be an atheist. But I guess everyone is agnostic to a degree. Probably
destroying the discourse by just flooding it with
incorrect
stuff that they're not even trying.
I only learned that religion is based on faith. I don't think faith is an opinion. It's more a personal truth.
Yeah. I mean, like, you kind of just said the same thing, but like, it's framing. Framing is everything. So like, if you were gonna frame it that way, I agree. I agree. Like, I would characterize it like that too. Like, faith is like, if you were going to say what's the difference between faith and opinion, I could not tell you. But I don't mind calling it that. So I'm not gonna outright say that you're wrong. I mean, I think that's correct. Sounds correct.
To be correct about, the entire world would be better off if these people were permanently removed from these platforms. Like, there is no downside and only upside to see people like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Tim Pool never be allowed to publicly broadcast their opinion ever again. It's
in my defense, you talk faster than I can type LOL.
Oh yeah. I mean, do I really? I mean, I listened to Destiny at 2 times at 1.25. I could listen to him at 1.5 speed, but this is a bit too ridiculous.
Exclusively bad stuff that happens. So if somebody wants to be mean or ass, whatever, I'm totally fine with that. But when people are supporting, you know,
but like, I know most people, it kind of just does it goes through your ear and then you don't like understand what he's saying. So, but I think that's where I get the speed at talking. But I never really thought of myself as a quick, fast talker. I tend to hedge what I say a lot and stutter a little bit. Or at least that's how I feel, honestly. But I appreciate the compliment.
Destruction.
Even if you weren't intending on complimenting me.
Right? When we've all become epistemic nihilists and now anything can be true. I remember joking 2 or 3 years ago, or however long ago it was, with the because they had no problem making fun of Paul Pelosi. They have no problem making fun of anybody else that gets killed in some horrific event. A lot of conservatives were laughing along at a lot of my tweets.
I watch a lot of Tim Pool and podcast of the Lotus Eaters.
Yeah, I like Tim Pool is like the only reason I know of Destiny is because of Tim Pool. That is literally the only reason why I know of Destiny, because Tim Pool kept on recommending him years ago, like 2 years ago. He kept recommending Tim Pool. Tim Pool kept on recommending Destiny. Yeah, like people on the Destiny, like he thinks, because he had Destiny on his show like twice now, and he was about to have him on maybe once, and he was about to have it on a second time, but then he had to cancel it because it was right after the whole the first assassination attempt on Donald Trump, and then, well, no one's gonna bring on a guy that just borderline glorified the death of someone dying at a political rally, like borderline glorifying. I think borderline glorifying. I'm gonna frame it that way. And he could sue me if he doesn't like that framing.
When I was making fun of Palestinians during my last, year and a half talking about Israel, and some of them laughed when I made fun of Israelis as well. But
it's a joke. It's a joke, Destiny.
I also have a guilty pleasure of occasionally watching Asmongold.
Yes, Asmongold. I love Asmongold. I mean, this video that I had before, was it this? No. As you see, yeah, I got my Timcast IRL right here. Where is it? Where's the video? This one, yeah, the one that I was watching before. Literally him, he's gonna criticize Asmongold, and around this time when he starts actually watching it, that's when I had words. I had so many words, and I'm like, all right, let's stream.
The White House issues.
But we're gonna, because this clip is really quick. So let's
reproach bullshit.
Let's just finish this.
I think that the issue that I have with X isn't people being mean; it's people that are just lying and contributing to a destruction of the discourse. I think that people can be mean. I think hate speech is fine, whatever you want to do there. But when you have people that are intentionally bad actors that are just destroying the discourse by just flooding it with incorrect stuff that they're not even trying to be correct about, the entire world would be better off if these people were permanently removed.
And how do you know it's? Well, I mean. The overgeneralization for what he's saying is just the thing that bothers me. Like, how do you know that every single thing that's going on X is just incorrect or wrong? And I know he didn't say every single thing, but like I'm adding that because like he's gonna overgeneralize, then I'm gonna overgeneralize. If he's gonna overgeneralize what's going on, then I'm gonna overgeneralize what he's saying. And if he has a problem with that, then he should probably stop doing that.
Platforms. Like, there is no downside and only upside to see people like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Tim Pool never be allowed to publicly broadcast their opinions.
I might be using that word wrong, but whatever.
Ever again. It's exclusively bad stuff that happens. So if somebody wants to be mean or ass, whatever, I'm totally fine with that. But when people are supporting, the destruction of our world, I think informationally, right? When we've all become epistemic nihilists and now anything can be true. I remember joking 2 or 3 years ago, or however long ago it was, with the
Destiny's the only person that's like that.
Epistemically
says, nihilist.
Link, this is the full video. It's 1 hour 38 minutes long.
All right. We'll wait. Let me try something. X, are you gonna work? No, okay, that's fine. At least I can see the chat. Boom. I got so many tabs now.
Stephen Bennell.
Oh, we'll finish this
Wildfires
first.
in Hawaii. I think I said something like nothing will ever happen again. Nothing can happen anymore. It's all a conspiracy. And it is now, right? Like I start a lot of my debates off with conservatives being like, do you believe in dinosaurs, by the way? A lot of them don't. They don't think dinosaurs are real. They think oil
Shelve
is
it for
naturally...
your viewing pleasure.
Shove it. Yeah, I will. Wait. This thing, he just brought up something that I just... Oh, man. He just brought up something that I criticize him for this, and honestly, the more he keeps bringing this up, the more the more of an idiot he looks, or the more, maybe not more. Actually, no, yes, the more of an idiot he looks like.
The wildfires in Hawaii. I think I said something like nothing will ever happen again. Nothing can happen anymore. It's all a conspiracy, and it is now, right? Like I start a lot of my debates off with conservatives being like, do you believe in dinosaurs? By the way, a lot of them don't. They don't think dinosaurs are real. They think oil is naturally replenishing, and big petroleum made dinosaurs up. You know, the boat collision, I think in Ohio, was the Mossad that, you know, rammed a boat in to take off the heat from Gaza. The train derailment in East Palestine was just leftists trying
the dinosaur thing. Whenever he brings, if he was ever going to bring up the dinosaur thing to me, I'm going to be like, what are you talking about? No, I don't know anyone in real life that's actually talking about that. You live in a, he's too internet, he's too much on the internet, I think. I want to say that.
To poison the environment. Every single foreign affair is, you know, Ukraine was started as a revolution by the CIA, and, you know, there were bioweapon labs there, and COVID was a hoax, and the vaccine, like every single fucking thing. And now the hurricane is made by the government, I guess. Every single thing is not real, and it is destroying us. We have no unified front right now that we can present to the world, and we can't even do anything in our own.
I mean, there's some validity to the hurricane thing, but like, I mean, I hate giving it credibility because it sounds stupid, and it's not true, but like, HARP exists, and since HARP exists, there's a tiny little kernel of truth that that's why the hurricane, like, people created the hurricane nonsense. Like, I don't think I think it's nonsense, but people still believe that stuff, and it hurts because like it comes from a kernel of truth, but like, they're not creating hurricanes. That's just not true. Like, yes, there's ways to manipulate the weather. No, we cannot create hurricanes. Those two statements are true at the exact same time. But people just don't understand. People can't, like, people that are lower IQ, they see one little tiny thing and they have to like over exaggerate it. But then Destiny would characterize that as a lie instead of like people just over exaggerating because they have this weird belief. And I'm like, no, they're not lying. They're just wrong. But he just keeps saying lies. Oh, they're all lies. And I'm like, bro, just as much as they're in a conspiracy theory, like, for over-exaggerating stuff, you're in a conspiracy theory by over-exaggerating stuff that they're doing. And I'm like, okay.
I don't want to make any assumptions, so I'll just ask, are you happy, ambivalent, or unhappy with the election results? I know it's a full sweep for Republicans.
I'm quite chilling. Let's just say that I'm quite chilling. The election thing? Oh man, if I'm gonna talk about that, I was not expecting this. I thought it was gonna be. I thought Kamala was gonna win. Honestly, I really did think Kamala was gonna win, because like, there was a lot of enthusiasm in 2020 and Trump lost and Biden still won. And I'm like, I mean, like, Kamala wasn't like there was, and I saw all this enthusiasm for Trump this time as well, but I'm like, you know, it doesn't really mean anything. So, but I'm happy that I'm wrong. Let's just say that. I'm happy that I'm wrong. I'm chilling. I wanted him in. I really did. But the main reason why I'm really, really annoyed with Destiny because of his Trump takes, but
much to say in that. I mean, for a start, being mean, as you put it, which of course is different from spreading disinformation or misinformation. Like, you're allowed to call someone a fucking retard if you want to. Do you think that this is constructive to the political conversation? I mean,
true. Is it constructive? No. Like, everything that he says about Trump is like, I watched him religiously, and I still wanted Trump to win. And he's like the most anti-Trump person out there. Honestly, Destiny makes the best arguments against Trump. No other person on the left makes like convincing arguments against Trump than Destiny does. But he still wasn't good enough for me to change my mind, like, honestly.
Even if you think you have a right to do it,
Because I feel like he's just so...
and okay, the other side do it
Fat
too.
Dragon says, I was watching the Joe Rogan and Theo Von when I saw you were live.
Oh. Joe Rogan, Theo Von. Wait, Theo Von went on Joe Rogan? That was the same guy that interviewed Trump. They both interviewed Trump, and now they're interviewing... Or now he's being interviewed by Rogan. That's pretty cool. I didn't know he was on. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch either of them with Trump. I watched clips of Theo Von with Trump. Actually, no. I listened to it in the background when I was doing something else, because I remember some of the things that he was talking about, like the whole meme of Trump doing the weave. That came from the Theo Von. That came from the Theo Von thing. When Trump was on Theo Von, right? I think that's the guy with the stash, with the mustache.
Point to lead by example.
Fat
I mean, if
Dragon
I were
says, it came out 4 days ago.
Oh, that's probably why I didn't see it.
if I were engaging in some of the atrocious political conduct that you observe on the right, as a left-winger, and then you called me out on it and said, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. And I said, well, hey, the right do it too. The point is that when the right do it, we say that it's a bad thing. And so to be sort of doing it in response seems, at the very least, not constructive, right?
The issue, again, and
True. And this is why Destiny couldn't change my mind. But he's going to be like, well, we can't play the same game, guys, because we're always going to lose. And he's probably going to say that argument. I'm like, okay, then just lose.
and I will reiterate this, even though nobody will pay attention, not calling you out, but audience, whatever. I don't care about people being mean. People being mean is not the problem. The problem is the lying and the mis and disinformation. That's the big problem. When people want to say, like, the issue is we can't, the problem right now is that in the United States there exists two different standards, and you can't live in a world where there are where both sides have to play by different standards. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
For everybody that wants to jerk off evolutionary biology.
The two different games that are being played, and Destiny thinks he's playing the
Fat
wrong
Dragon
game.
says, Theo talked about Trump's addict family member.
I must have missed that then, but I wasn't really paying attention to it when I was listening to it, because I was doing other things. But I heard the whole weave meme that came out of it. I should watch it.
Biology, we call these tit-for-tat systems in nature. You can't have a tit-tit-tit-tit-tit where somebody tries to attack you and there's no punishment, because that type of behavior will just lead to the attacker, right, taking over, because there's no repercussions for what they're doing. There is some benefit to attacking the other side, and then it rallies your side up and it demoralizes the other side. That's why conservatives have attacked so brutally liberals for so long, and they get all of the benefit from that. They get all of the fun, all of the excitement. They get to, you know, give the strong morale to their people. They get to have all the chance at rallies, and then as soon as it happens to them, hold on, well, this isn't fair anymore. We don't like this. This isn't okay. I don't like this anymore. The fact that after that shooting, Biden, who in a private call to donors said, like, we need to put the Trump campaign in the bullseye or whatever, that guy, that he went on, I don't remember which news.
That was a misspeak. He meant the Trump on the assassination attempt on Trump, but he immediately wanted to talk about Biden, so he said Biden right after that.
Station was, but he had apologized for those comments when conservatives are like on the regular saying some of the most deranged, unhinged shit. I wish I had examples offhand if I knew this was a topic, but Trump is like himself on every rally will just say like insane shit.
You don't even have examples. You don't have examples. The only example you have is the Nancy Pelosi thing. That's it. The Paul Pelosi thing, not Nancy Pelosi. The Paul Pelosi thing. That's all you have. Like, oh, I wish I had examples. What do you mean? You hate, like, you have examples for every other thing, but not this? This seems very important.
No, that's bullshit. The double standards can't exist. If conservatives don't like it, they need to elevate their own behavior, because I'm getting really tired of liberals constantly having to fucking row the boat while conservatives are this anchor that are just dragging us into the Atlantic with absolutely, you know, no responsibility or accountability for their behavior.
So you don't like the whole Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high kind of approach? Is there no...
I think Michelle got rid of that. By the way, most people on the right think she's trans. I had this conversation on periods where it's like, don't you...
Oh, bro, actually, this is something I can criticize. I agree with them. I don't like the whole thing where, like, the Michelle Obama conspiracy theories are so... Why do people keep thinking that she's a she? It's a she's a she. Like, I don't know why people, like, there's some, like, you know, if you know Candace Owens, she talks about this. I like her, but like, why do you have to like talk about There's so many weird things that Candace believes that I'm like, why, Candace? Why? I mean, she's not super hard on it, like how Destiny is. Destiny's super hard on like Trump is bad, anti-Trump. She's not super hard on her like weird conspiracy theories, which is why I can kind of tolerate it. So like, yeah.
Disavow this and everything. It's like, no, fuck you. I won't do it here in front of Dave Rubin, because then when I turn around and ask Dave Rubin, do you think that J6...
Wait, let's go back a second.
So you don't like the whole Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high kind of approach? Is there no...
I think Michelle got rid of that. By the way, most people on the right think she's trans. I had this conversation on Peers where it's like, don't you disavow this and everything. It's like, no, fuck you. I won't do it here in front of Dave Rubin, because then when I turn around and ask Dave Rubin, do you think that J6 was bad? And he's like, well, yeah, Antifa. Like, conservatives will not take accountability for anything they've done. So why the fuck would I disavow?
So every conservative has said that January 6th is bad. But I guess in Destiny's world, that's not good enough. This is just not good enough. So that's why Destiny keeps harping on that fact, and why he's getting so like mad right now. Because like he knows that they're saying it. They're just not saying it to a degree that Destiny would like them to say it. Like they don't have his opinion. Like it should be the worst thing in the world, not just that it's a little bad. Like
any individual shooter is that like they shouldn't do it, but like you guys think that look at all the weird shit you obsess over for trans people, and the trans groomer and the cutting off children's dicks and all of this and all the document and the obsession over it, or the obsession over like, well, I could give like a million examples, but like there's so much horrible shit that goes on over here. I'm not going to sit here and try to like crawl and beg for forgiveness from a side that has exited orbit, although maybe you don't believe that's possible because Candace Owens says we could not leave the planet. So you know,
Destiny is still sore his wife left him.
All right, so as much as I want to be like true, which technically that's true, but at the same I actually, so these are the things that I like criticizing about Destiny. I don't like the wife leaving him criticism, because like Destiny was actually very like happy that he's not in that relationship anymore, because I watched some of the drama with him and it seems to me that he really is happy that he's not in that relationship
Dragon
anymore.
Says, my wife left me so I get a pass.
My wife left me so I get a pass. Well, I mean, yeah, true. Wait, really? No, that's sad. I just realized what you said. That's actually kind of, that hurts. That hurts a lot. How long ago was this? Because if it was recent, then, I mean, it probably wasn't as recent, because that's like, unless you wanted it to happen. Like you were sick of her and you're like, she's gone. Well, I don't know the situation, but you brought it up. So I'm assuming that it's not as sore of a subject to talk about if you were the one to bring it up. Yeah. What am I making?
no, who knows? But
You said, why would I do this? Why would I spend time condemning this? And I would answer on point of political principle. I mean, the whole criticism that you might make of the right wing is that they don't have political principles. They're just sort of emotive. And
We are going to Fulga. No, Fulgora. Fulgora. Yeah. We did the whole pronouncing thing before. Don't even like say it. Like I know I'm saying it wrong. Fulgora. Yeah, we're going there. But I gotta do some space platform. Yeah.
and they'll drop their political principles on a whim to support a deranged president who's started a cult personality. The whole point is that we're supposed to be better than that. We're supposed to have our political principles. I've heard you say, for example, like, no, I don't have any sympathy for anyone who's at a Donald Trump rally. Anyone who's at a rally supporting a man who tried to incite an insurrection, which is like a fundamental threat to democracy, that should like invalidate their ability to vote. And as well as that, I have no sympathy for them being in a rally because of their undermining of the basic principles of democracy. Well, you know what else undermines the basic principle of democracy? The assassination of political leaders and democratically elected presidents.
Fat Dragon says, I was more mad she kept the dog. No, I got ill and got medically discharged from the Royal Navy, and she didn't want to be married to failure or something. This was 2019. Fat Dragon says, I'm nearly over the depression.
Oh, that's sad. Damn. I know what else is also sad? I had a massive point and Your story just completely erased it from my mind. I was about to explode on this guy, so I have to go back about 10 seconds now. But I'm sorry to hear that. To be real.
And so, in other words, that should like invalidate their ability to vote. And as well as that, I have no sympathy for them being at a rally because of their undermining of the basic principles of democracy. Well, you know what else undermines the basic principle of democracy? The assassination of political leaders and democratically elected presidents. And so, in other words,
true, so true. And honestly, I think that's way worse. I think that's way worse. Like Trump did like some legalese, some weird legal theory for like January 6th or leading up to January 6th.
Handsome, and my current dog is also heckin' handsome.
That's legit. That is legit. But for some reason, I don't have enough cash in my head to like keep in my previous thought. But I was saying something along the lines of, yeah, that's way less worse. Like, what do you think is worse? A weird a novel legal theory, and that's leading up to basically January 6th, or someone attempting to assassinate the president? Like, one of them is way worse when it comes to like, oh, our democracy or saving our democracy. Like, what? Like, bro, Trump wasn't trying to do anything near of deleting anyone. If anything, he wants to lock people up, which is honestly, I think that's even better than trying to delete someone, basically. What is Destiny going to say to this? Like, he's going to be like, oh, well, January 6th is obviously worse than that, right?
To do like a two-quoque way, to say, well, you do this too, why would I spend my time condemning this? It's to show political principles, say that actually, I do believe in democracy. So even when, you know, my opponent is...
Exactly. And this is why people don't...
Fat Dragon says,
give
morally, assassination is way worse.
Yeah. I think politically too. I think morally, politically, it's way worse. It has to be. Like attempting to delete someone because you don't want them to be president. Like that's way worse than coming up with a legal theory and then people rioting at the Capitol. That's way worse. One day, by the way. It's just one day. And then Destiny's like, oh, but people always bring up the Summer of Love or the BLM riots. And I'm like, okay. What about the assassination attempt? You don't have an argument against that now.
Clipped in the ear with a bullet. I'm going to come out and say, of course I think that's bad. Obviously that's bad. And of course I have sympathy for anyone who's caught up in that. And you can use that as an opportunity if you do it without actually grandstanding. Because I see that a lot. I must say, I do see a lot of people on the right.
Oh, yeah. And that's my major point. And that's why people don't take Destiny's thing seriously, his credibility on Trump seriously, because all he does is, like, when that was, like, the one moment that Destiny should have, like, to increase his credibility by actually, like, I guess, saying that he condemns this, we shouldn't be doing this because he cares about democracy so much. But then when this thing happens that threatens democracy in a way worse way than what January 6th ever was, he's like, oh no, I'm just gonna make fun of the guy that died. And I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, yeah. Destiny is so good at democracy. He loves democracy so much, unless it's his political opponent getting like annihilated. No. Democracy, what's that? Like, it just went out the window. Okay. I have special buttons for my editing software.
Right, condemning political violence against
Fat Dragon says,
there's
didn't Black American business get hurt and people die in the BLM riots?
Yes, they did. But Destiny, he thinks the January 6th thing is like way worse because like it's a threat to democracy, and his only distinction is that it didn't happen at the Capitol during January 6th. And I'm like, okay, well, nothing else. You can't compare that to anything then. And I'm like, that's way too narrow of a comparison. And then when Destiny wants to make another like comparison, he'll go super general. And then he's like, well, you see, these things are kind of like the same, right? Like, and they're two different things that are like very generalized. And I'm like, They're not the same thing. And then if you try to narrow it down, Destiny's like, well, why are you gonna make something so narrow? Like, of course, like if you're gonna keep saying that, and like he does like he does this loop, and I see it, and it's annoying. But yes, you're 100% correct. Like, yeah, people did die. I think the BLM riots were way worse, but Destiny would say otherwise. And I'm like, and he makes the argument, but he doesn't. He goes in it such a roundabout way, and then he complains about other people and how they keep moving, how they keep like switching up the conversation, they keep jumping from topic to topic, and like Destiny's the one that does that. And I'm like, you're right. I'm just gonna end up with that. You're 100% right, and I agree with that. But like,
That Dragon says, I'm not smart and / or dumb enough to understand identity politics.
Identity politics is not too complicated. It literally is in the name, but like it's literally the identity of the person. Like a bunch of people, like identity politics would be Kamala and the abortion. Whenever she tackles the abortion thing, she actually did a really good job at not like saying because she's a woman. Well, there was this one quote where she said, like, obviously she's a woman, but she didn't harp on it as much as Democrats typically do. So she did a pretty good job on that when it came to the campaigning. But like, it was weird because like she did a good job at not fitting into the stereotype, but she couldn't like distinguish herself on how she's going to be better than Joe Biden. Because it seemed like the vibe that she gave off was that she was basically going to be exactly the same way as Joe Biden. And a lot of people didn't like what Joe Biden was doing. So for her to not like make herself different from him was really weird. So she was good in some aspects, but then kind of dumb at the other aspect that I thought was also pretty obvious. But yeah.
People on Twitter saying crap all the time, right?
No, I couldn't find anybody. I went back after my Pierce thing and I went to see what these people said about Paul Pelosi, and all of these guys, Trump Jr. did it, Dave Rubin did it, all these guys made disgusting comments and jokes.
Do not listen to Destiny whenever, like, Destiny's really smart, but he's a bit too logical. He's too logical. He doesn't understand, like, the reason why he thought Kamala Harris had it in the bag and she was gonna win like easily is because Destiny thinks way too logically. He doesn't understand the emotional side of things and how much of an impact it like just works. He also doesn't understand that most people doesn't think this the way that he thinks. I think honestly like 80% of the population doesn't think the way that he thinks. But he thinks that he's in the majority. He thinks he has the majority opinion, that most people agree with what he's saying. Like, and he's honestly that arrogant. Like he really truly deeply believes that. He thinks he knows more than most people, which that might be true. That might be true. But like, does that really matter?
It's about it.
If anything, that shows that he's in a minority. If he thinks he's smarter than most people, then he's in a minority of people that the way that people think. So wouldn't he come to the conclusion that maybe he's not in the majority? Like he's not, like those two statements that he said in two different times are contradictory. But I'm thinking too much. I'm gonna let him
The
talk
reality
now.
is there is no political virtue or principle in allowing yourself to be crushed by an opposition. Bullshit.
There's going to be people on Twitter saying crap all the time, right?
No, I couldn't find anybody. I went back after my Pierce thing and I went to see what these people said about Paul Pelosi, and all of these guys, Trump Jr. did it, Dave Rubin did it, all these guys made disgusting comments and
Worsenary
jokes about it.
says, finally caught you, Liv. Keep up the good work. I'll probably have to watch the replay.
Oh, finally caught you. Hey, I'll probably watch you. Yeah. This is gonna just get uploaded. Well, not uploaded, but like, it's just gonna stay on the thing. But yeah, thanks for
Dragon
showing up.
says, I understand the words used, but the sentiment behind it. For context, I dislike human-caused unfairness link. A human made a choice that is unfair, but natural unfairness link. Strength, age, or sex, I'm fine with because there was no conscious decision. Worsenary says, good. Good, I mean.
keep up the good. Well, I mean, when you said good, I assumed good. I heard good. My brain auto-corrected the text-to-speech the text-to-speech didn't auto-correct it, but I auto-corrected the text-to-speech word in my head into good. So I didn't even realize you made the mistake until you pointed it out. And I understand the words that use, but the statement behind it. Oh, okay. I mean, if that's what you mean by, like, you don't really understand identity politics is because the context behind it. Yeah, I guess that could be a little complicated. Because, like, you never really know what they really mean. But I feel like when people use identity politics, I assume the simplest answer, which is typically, like, their identity. Like, there could be some deeper meanings, but for sure. But I try not to overcomplicate it. A human made a choice that is unfair, but natural unfairness, i.e. strength. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's just the world.
Worsenary says, my typing is terrible. Sorry, off topic. I'm not the best dragon, haha.
Wait, I don't understand the context. I'm not the best dragon. Why do you say that? Is it because of your name? Is it because of your... Oh, it's because of your picture. I couldn't see that. I couldn't see... Wait, is it because of your picture? I see flames and I see a character, but I don't know if that's a dragon.
The reality is there is no political virtue or principle in allowing yourself to be crushed by an opposition that's not going to play by the same set of rules. There is no value in that. There is no principal position in that. All you're doing, politics is for power. The idea behind any type of political action is to gain power politically for your side. Now, in a democracy, there are ways that you're supposed to do that, ideally through liberal principles, classical liberal principles like freedom of speech and press and all of this. But when the other side's not playing by that same rule set, you existing using a different rule set is not a virtuous thing to be proud of or to be principled about. You know, for you to go on your sinking ship that you decided not to put any cannons on because it's a violation of maritime law while you're getting sunk by another boat and going, well, at least we sailed, righteously is ridiculous. Okay. The idea that like the discourse is destroyed because
what the heck is that?
And going, well, at least we sailed, righteously is ridiculous. Okay. The idea that like the discourse is destroyed.
That's so weird. That transition is like I'm looking straight on, but then the thing's over here, so in my peripheral vision it like flashes in my face and I'm like, what is that like thing?
Worsenary says, you said that to the dragon guy the end of last one to the guy in Twitch, but enough of me interrupting.
You said that to the dragon guy. Oh. Wait, are you referring... Oh, because you can watch... Oh, you can watch the VOD. Like, you can start from the beginning of the live stream. Okay. Well, I don't remember. But, dragon... I don't remember talking about a dragon. Are you talking about Asmongold? Or am I even correct in saying that you're referencing something that I said before in this stream? Or are you talking about another stream? Because if you're talking about another stream, I don't... I mean...
That dragon says, I imagine I'm the dragon guy. Worsenary says, the chatter.
God. Oh yeah.
Worsenary says,
yeah.
Yep, him.
Okay. I feel so dumb, but yeah. All right.
Because
I'm just gonna keep going.
Bad about dipshits getting shot at a fucking rally. We're so far beyond that being anywhere. That's not even on my top 50 list of issues that we have, right?
Destiny. This guy got me so like riled up. I can't even understand like what people are saying. That's just. All right.
Now in this country, and conservatives just want to hyperfixate on it and make it number one because they don't want to take responsibility for a single fucking thing that they're doing, which is put this country on a crash course for destruction.
And just to round this off, because I don't want to sort of go in circles.
Wait. So his argument is that there's a crash course destruction that the game that they're playing. So I'm gonna keep playing that game anyways. So he's an accelerationist. He's gonna make it even worse. He's not gonna try and like slow down this crash course of destruction. He's just gonna play the game as the way that everyone keeps playing it, and hopefully things get better. Is that his argument?
Yeah, but there are two potential ways you can approach this thing about, I'm...
That could be a bad faith interpretation from my part, but I'm not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He just does really bad interpretations of Trump all the time. So like, I'm not gonna. Why should I care about that?
Fat Dragon says,
Say mean things about Corey on
this
Twitter.
could get way weird if we used the TTS to chat with someone on another platform. Hi, where's Neri?
I mean, the whole point of the TTS is so that people can interact. But honestly, it's because I'm a tiny little streamer. So whenever someone chats, I need to be aware that someone chats. So yeah, I'm not always looking at the chat. So when it's honestly a thing for me, but when it starts getting too many people talking at the same time, I'll have to turn it off. But then I'll pay attention more to what it's saying. I have to figure out a way to be able to just click on the thing and just have it read it out instead of reading out automatically. I think there's a way to do that. I mean, I know there's a way to like have it pop out on the chat, like on the screen whenever I click on it. But it doesn't, I don't think it reads it out loud. Oh, stack size 1? What?
I have the right to do this, and this is an effective political tactic. Do you think one of those is true? Both of those
Where's
is true? 'Cause
Neri
as far as I-
says,
Probably an effective political tactic.
probably help if I was on topic, sorry.
I have an issue with people saying sorry, but like it's an issue with me, not with you. So like whenever someone says I'm sorry, my immediate reaction is say, oh no, don't be sorry, it's fine. I didn't even think that you were off on topic, and that's what I was gonna say, but then I'm like, I mean, why do I keep feeling like I have to like
Where's Neri
do that?
says, I'm British.
Well, I appreciate the British, especially Piers Morgan. I love that guy. He's my favorite British guy. I don't know if you know him, Piers Morgan. Let's bring him up. Let's bring him up. Piers Morgan. Boom. This dude. I love this guy. He has Destiny on all the time. All the time.
Fat Dragon
let's get
says,
some images.
when I was streaming I missed chat because of hyperfocus. I'm British too, sorry.
Oh, you're also British? I didn't know that. Well, let's get back. Let's get back.
Welcome back to the show.
Alex,
Wait, no. No. We gotta watch the...
tactic. Nobody wants to hear
We're not
it.
even done with the 13-minute clip yet. That's crazy.
There's a reason why people engage in that type of rhetoric. Do you think it was an effective political tactic when people made, gay jokes about Paul Pelosi? It was, because they make memes out of it, they laugh about it, it boosts morale. There's a reason why people engage in this type of rhetoric, is because there is an advantage to it. And to pretend that it's strictly negative doesn't make any sense, because if so, where's the right suffering for it? Show me where the punishments have been on the right for all of the unhinged statements and actions that Donald Trump has made or said. Donald Trump is literally a guy...
Donald Trump got banned off Twitter for years. Literally years. Oh, where's the punishment on the right? What do you
Fat
mean?
Dragon says,
So many people have got
My
banned
dog
from
says
what
sorry
they've
too.
said. Well, I mean, hey, your dog has nothing to be sorry about. I see what you guys doing now. No, I will not. I will reject your pleads of. No, I will forgive you, but I also reject the fact that I need to even forgive you in the first place. But yeah, because when people typically say sorry, you basically are asking for forgiveness. Would that be a correct statement to say?
Who gives bad nicknames to his political opponents. Right now, we're seeing on X this massive disinformation campaign saying that FEMA is not responding in states, despite direct...
Actually, someone literally in FEMA got fired because... Hold up, I gotta bring this up because like, I am so glad I got this. I got someone saying this. I got proof. I got cards. I got let me see. Is this it? 1 million.
Where's Neri says, nice one, just overly polite. Well done Trump BTW.
Well done, Trump, by the way. Yes. Hold up. Because what he just said... Wait, hold up. What did he just say?
Donald Trump has made.
What am I
or
looking
Donald
for?
Trump is literally a guy who gives bad nicknames to his political opponents. Right now, we're seeing on X this massive disinformation campaign saying that FEMA is not
Disinformation?
responding in states, despite direct statements from people like...
Actually, that is true. That is not disinformation. He's lying. He's 100% lying. Actually, no. No. Well, I mean, I would, if I'm gonna be nice, I'm gonna be generous. I would say that he's wrong. But I'm gonna play his game. I'm gonna play his game by playing other people's game. So I'm gonna play his game and say that he's lying, just like how he says to everyone else. He's lying. And the reason he's lying, I need to find that. I need to find it. That clip. How am I gonna find? Actually, hold up. Maybe it's in my. How am I gonna? Shoot. Yes. No. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I'm just keep that up. History. Okay. All right. I need to find it. This is the link. This is the link. Boom. But we need to find something. Like there's a specific quote. There's a reason why I like watching Tim Pool. He actually has I heard him talk about this. But I'm not going to scroll through a 2-hour thing.
It has been called. Decision.
All right, shut up. There's a secret little thing that people do in order to find things quickly. Where am I looking at? Is it here? No, not that. Pause. There we go. Transcript. There we go. This is what we do. And then we go into transcript, and then we Alt F. No, not Alt F. Control F. Boom. And then I need to look up FEMA. Not sure how to pronounce that properly. FEMA. Boom. 16? All right. Hour 50.
Fat Dragon says, I remember the different informations like this. Misinformation is mistaken information, disinformation is dishonest information, and malinformation is malicious information.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I see malinformation and disinformation as one and the same. I guess malicious information would be worse. But they're both kind of bad. Misinformation is people making mistakes. But yeah, I think this is it.
Robert R says, please cover the bigger FEMA scandal no one is talking about. It was not some rogue supervisor, it was a disaster equity policy. Proof. New York Post story on FEMA DEI Zoom call. Rep Luna's investigation needs that video proof. Interesting. I remember that when he was saying we prioritize, marginalized peoples.
That's what I'm saying. Arrest everyone.
Wait, hold up. That's not what I wanted.
Drake2 says, hey, I've been loving your streams. Do you have a schedule so I can catch you next time? Let's connect. My Discord is Quiem0947. Looking forward to chatting.
Oh, I think that was a bot. Interesting how it's coming on that channel. That's funny. Oh, wait, no. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Why would I not get a bot from that location? Yeah. I'm not going to point it out, but no. Is it this?
It was a disaster equity policy.
Wait. I'm looking. It has to be this one, right? Basically, FEMA had to they fired someone because FEMA was literally I mean, let's just find the article. FEMA, New York Post, I don't know why I said it like that. New York Post, employee fired. FEMA's are fired for ordering storm crew not to help. Oh, BBC. Okay. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, Destiny talking about, oh, it's a conspiracy theory that they're not they're literally not helping people based on like political stuff.
You're talking about the text message to not help house with Trump signs, yes?
If it was just a text message, that person got fired over a text message. If it literally was just a text message. Yes. Federal authority, FEMA supervisors have been fired for telling staff helping hurricane survivors to skip houses displaying signs supporting Donald Trump. The agency, and it's not just this one, it's also... Wait. Oh, did I... Open new tab. Open new tab. Boom. Minority has not yet issued a correction for the wrongly claimed, falsely accused FEMA of avoiding supporters. Wait, what? I'm confused. So wait, that is the weirdest headline. How do you put, that's like almost what is this, a quadruple negative? New York Times has not yet issued a correction for wrongly claiming Trump falsely accused FEMA of avoiding Trump supporters storm raging homes. That is the most confusing thing. Like, do you understand what they're trying to say with this, right? NYT.
Worsnary says she did an interview with Roland Martin.
Oh, really? The person that got fired? And... Wait, but I don't know the person's name. I got the... well, actually, I could just say that. FEMA... Yeah. That looks like a broken site. Deals? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Like you said, the interview. I'm looking for the interview. Nope. All right. But like, yeah, that's legit. That's crazy. And Destiny's like saying, like, my whole point is that this is legit. Like, they were literally avoiding people, or, oh, here it is. Text message right here. Best practices. No one gets avoid homes, advertising Trump. That's funny. And she got fired for this. But honestly, like,
Worsnary says, I watch too much BCP. Greg Foreman's YouTube was on there. Fat Dragon says, I don't remember who talked about it first, probably Tim, but I recall FEMA workers confirming that they had received orders to bypass houses that had Trump signs outside.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Tim was the first one to report it, but Tim was the one that I got the information from. I was like, when I heard that, I was like, what? Really? Are you serious? That's crazy. And because like I was thinking about the whole FEMA thing was kind of like overblown, and the whole hurricane nonsense. Like people were believing the hurricane thing, and I kind of just blew it off as like, oh, it's just more hurricane, like creating hurricane weather conspiracy theories. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Just crazy people talking about weird stuff. But then Tim actually confirmed that this is something actually going on. I'm like, okay, now there's some validity here. There's some kernels of truth here. And now I'm like, okay, maybe the hurricane people, maybe they weren't that, let's just say that wrong. Let's just say that. It wasn't 100% conspiracy theory. There was some kernels of truth in there. But yeah, that's insane. That's actually insane. And there's proof.
Dragon says,
this is proof.
Link SQF.
Like, this is proof.
Fat Dragon says, this the clip?
from CNBC. FEMA fires employee who told Florida relief workers to skip Trump supporters.
Right
But
to
the
jail.
real story is this. The real story is
Wow.
the New York Times headlines. First, from October 4th, Trump's false claims about the federal response to Hurricane Helene. The former president falsely accused the
Wait, let's contrast this actual news article that this guy's talking about, that Tim's talking about. I don't want to just say this guy. And then we'll I'll just throw it over there. And then we'll contrast that
Worsenary
with
says,
what Destiny
Best
just
dragon
said.
he is.
Yes. You're getting the clips. You're getting the clips. He is actually, this is so useful. Bro. Best dragon. Best dragon. Not fat dragon, it's best dragon from now on.
Roy Cooper.
Yeah, we're gonna contrast what Tim is about to say with what Destiny just said.
Laugh about it, it boosts morale. There's a reason why people engage in this type of rhetoric, is because there is an advantage to it. And to pretend that it's strictly negative doesn't make any sense, because if so, where is the right suffering for it? Show me where the punishments have been on the right for all of the unhinged statements and actions that Donald Trump has made, or said. Donald Trump is literally...
Donald Trump was banned from every single platform for a really long time until he was running again for 2024, but I guess that's...
Fat Dragon says,
guess that's not a consequence, right?
It was literally on my other screen when I looked over. Pure luck.
Well, that pure luck helped out.
a guy who gives bad nicknames to his political opponents. Right now, we're seeing on X this massive disinformation campaign saying that FEMA is not responding in states, despite direct statements from people.
Disinformation. He specifically says disinformation. And the reason why I'm making such a big deal of the one word that he's saying is because he does that a lot. So I'm going to do it to him. Harping on like being kind of a little bit autistic on one word, but like still, that's crazy. That's crazy. He's wrong. He's 100% wrong. And I think he's honestly, I feel like Destiny's smart enough that I'm not going to say he's wrong. I think he's lying because it's intentional. He knows this information. He knows this, actually, well, no, he's smart. He should know this information. He should know this information. Part of me wants to say he doesn't know because he doesn't watch Tim Pool at all. He just thinks he's like a Russian asset or something. And that's it. That's all he does. He doesn't even like watch any of his stuff at all. He just assumes what people on the left say about Tim, and he's like, yeah, it must be true, right? Right? Like he did get paid by that Tenet Media guy, right? And Tenet Media had like this weird thing with some guy in France, right? And that weird guy in France had some ties to Russia, right? So Tim's Russian asset, right? Right? I'm being sarcastic. Like that's obviously not true. That's Tim is not a Russian asset. But like Destiny would say that, and it's so annoying. So annoying. But yeah.
People like Roy Cooper from...
Oh yeah, we're gonna contrast literally that with this. This is why I shouldn't put a display right on top of this.
Biden administration of spending disaster funding on migrants, neglecting areas that had voted for Republicans, and ignoring a call from a Republican governor. November 9th. FEMA fires employee for telling Milton relief workers to skip houses with Trump signs. Now let's break this down.
That's a conspiracy theory. That's not true.
And he was saying they were skipping Republican areas in general, and this is about skipping houses with Trump signs. The fact of the matter is, Donald Trump is speaking off the cuff, hyperbolically, and generally. Trump says they're skipping areas that are Republican. And it turned out FEMA actually had an employee, an official, instructing people to skip over houses with Trump signs on them. Trump wasn't wrong. He was just... What they're trying to do is they're saying Trump wasn't 100% correct on everything he was saying. Therefore...
Tim is basically saying they're playing semantics. They're literally just playing semantics. Like Tim, like since Trump didn't say it exactly the way that they wanted him to, he's wrong by not being technically correct, which is honestly like stupid. Like if people are gonna, yeah.
The general idea he was trying to convey is a fact check false. And to be fair, if they said, here's the fact check. We don't know where he's getting the story from. We found no evidence of it to be the case. You know, and this is a claim Trump has made. You can't debunk something just like this is what the mainstream media does, the corporate press. I don't want to call them mainstream anymore because they're fizzling out of existence.
True.
But Trump will say, this is a thing that's happening. And the media will go, nope, fact check false. And you'll say, okay, well, I understand you can't prove a negative, But what did you do to try and confirm or disprove this? Look up, nothing. Trump's a liar. And you're like, okay. So did you ask Trump where he heard this? Turns out it was actually happening. Different hurricane, mind you, but this stuff is going on. And now they fired the employee over it.
They should be prosecuting you.
Yep, honestly, that's all I needed. That's all I needed to hear. Vindication. There we go. Destiny's a liar. Proof right there. Like, come on now. Thank you, Dragon, for getting that clip. Really appreciate that.
Brian Kemp from Ron DeSantis, direct contradictory statement saying that Biden called us yesterday. We have everything the federal government can provide. They're lying and lying and lying. And I'm so sick of this, like, but don't you think it's bad when you make fun of blah, blah? Show me these conversations happening on the right ever, and I will begin.
Destiny's very entertaining. I do like he is very entertaining. The way he over exaggerates stuff is just hilarious. It's hilarious. Like his election stream, the funniest thing in the world. Oh my god, that is the funniest thing in the world. And I made a 6-minute little clip of his 12-hour
Destiny
stream.
even points out that if he's debating someone he believes is engaging in a bad faith argument, and he's losing the argument, then he will try to win on semantics.
Yeah, like it's really smart of him to do that because like he just wants to win the debate. Like if someone is gonna be bad faith, then he's gonna be bad faith back. Like it just makes sense for him to do that. The only issue is that he's not in a debate right now. This guy's an interviewee. He's not some guy that's like Destiny's acting as if he's trying to like change this guy's mind, and that's just not what's going on right here. He's being bad faith in a situation that doesn't even need to be bad faith in. Like this guy's asking legitimate questions and he's just responding with whataboutism basically.
To give a fuck. Because this conversation that's happening right now is never happening on Tucker Carlson, on Joe Rogan, on Tim Pool, on Candace Owens, on Ben Shapiro, on Walsh, on Knowles, on Crowder, on any of these other shows, on Megyn Kelly, none of these people are like...
Actually, Tim Pool does do a lot of pushback, but Dustin doesn't watch his stuff, so like, he's just gonna automatically just assume that they're all just one big cabal because they support Trump. Okay.
Well, were we too mean when we did this? They're not even close to these. So for me to sit here and pretend to like entertain that conversation, I don't give a fuck.
Wait,
I'm so
actually,
beyond.
Hold up. Wait.
On Joe Rogan, on Tim Pool, on because Brian get boost morale. There's a reason why people engage in this type of rhetoric is because there is an advantage to it, and to pretend that it's strictly political count from Ron DeSantis lying, and I'd state from people like Roy Cooper, from Brian Kemp,
says,
from Ron DeSantis.
Destiny does back off in the full interview and acknowledges that Alex is acting in good faith.
Yeah, probably towards the end. Like, but yeah, I mean, this is just a clip, so I guess take that last statement with a grain of salt.
It's a direct contradictory statement saying that Biden called us yesterday. We have everything the federal government can provide. They're lying and lying and lying. And I'm so sick of this, like, but don't you think it's bad when you make fun of blah, blah? Show me these conversations happening on the right ever, and I will begin to give a fuck. Because this conversation is happening right now.
I mean, he doesn't watch Tim Pool, so like, how is he ever gonna watch? Like, he doesn't watch the Timcast IRL. He doesn't have time. He streams for like hours upon the day. Like, I think his typical streams is like 8 hours a day, but he doesn't have enough time to watch a 2-hour stream from Tim's channel to actually like see like the actual nuances between like how they actually say things. And he's like, oh, he can't find anything because he don't watch it. Like he complains, oh, I don't see them ever doing any of this stuff that he's talking about. But you don't watch any of this stuff. All you see is little clips. And then you go off clips. And then you just think that since they all say the same thing in these little clips, it means that that's what they're always saying. And I'm like, you live in your own little bubble.
Is never happening on Tucker Carlson, on
so
Joe.
Like, yes, it makes sense that he's never going to see this and he's going to make this. So like, yeah, it makes perfect sense why he's talking about this.
Rogan, on Tim Pool, on Candace Owens, on Ben Shapiro, on Walsh, on Knowles, on Crowder, on any of these other shows. On
so
Megyn Kelly.
It's not like they don't talk. It's not like what he's saying is true. It's just that he doesn't watch them. So like in his world, in his reality, it's true.
Kelly, on none of these people are like, well, were we too mean when we did this? They're not even close to these. So for me to sit here and pretend to like entertain that conversation,
he pisses me off. He pisses me off.
I don't give a fuck. I'm so beyond giving a fuck on it.
You don't think that's just because, I mean, you're making the criticism that right-wingers don't sort of police themselves in this way. You say, like, where is this happening on the right? does that mean that it's also not going to happen on the left? I mean, maybe the reason why the right can get away with it as, and again, here I'm strictly talking about whether it's an effective political tactic. If you want to say, look, I have the right to do this, they're doing this, I have the moral right to do this, fine. But as an effective political tactic, if right-wingers are more like morally deranged than left-wingers in the way that you sort of seem to observe them as being, then isn't it the case that that kind of tactic is going to work with right-wingers in a way that it might not work with left-wingers? I mean, you say it has to be an effective political tactic because look at how Trump's using it. Look at the name-calling. Look at the way that there's no self-policing on the right. Maybe that's because it's the right. Maybe left-wingers, being less morally deranged, being more, having more better political principle, being the more moral side of things, are going to see someone using those tactics as you use them on Twitter.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
the right wing, so that's not going to work on me.
I don't think fundamentally we're that different between different groups of humans. I think that people like to make fun of people and make jokes and all that.
No, actually, no. What he's saying is true. Because when Destiny would make the argument whenever Kamala Harris says anything remotely like sus or remotely like suspicious, basically, like she gets annihilated, like 100% annihilated. So like that is true. If the that is true. If people
Fat
that
Dragon says, I'm not a fan of people being assholes on both sides. It's not difficult to be polite.
Yes, it really isn't. But the reason why Destiny doesn't want to be polite is because the other side is not being polite. And I'm like, that's just fundamentally like for people that are just watching Destiny for the first time, like that argument is so like unconvincing. And then he wonders why people that watch him don't vote for Harris, and I'm like, he fundamentally can't understand why people that watch Destiny will still vote Trump.
Worsnary says, school ground.
School ground. I don't know what that is referring to.
All that shit. Even dark humor, I think it happens on both sides. On every side, I think it's just like a pretty normal human thing. I don't think it's good, but again, the right has set the standard for behavior in this country, and it is in hell.
So was it humor? What you were doing on Twitter there? Was it an attempt at humor, or was it a sort of a genuine expression of rage and anger?
Well, I mean, it's a combination of both.
Says, playground politics. Worsnary says, like children insulting each other.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I see where you're going with that. I had some words. Let me go back like 5 seconds.
What you were doing on Twitter there? Was it an attempt at humor, or was it a sort of a genuine expression of rage and anger?
Well, it literally was him being. I should bring up that video of him talking about that thing, because like he really was thinking about it. Like Destiny was legitimately thinking about it, because that's what he does. He does think a lot, and he rationalizes. So like, yes, he honestly was really raging out on that. Like it was 50% raging and maybe like 75% 50% raging, 5% just kidding, and whatever rest of the percentage is like he's just playing he's just playing the same game that the other side is doing. He doesn't want to, he puts out the what about, like the hypocrisy, or what about it? I forget how he says it, but whatever.
Well, I mean, it's a combination of both, right? Humor, truth is always to some extent in comedy, right? I don't think it's good, but again,
he literally, okay, so I thought he was gonna like reject it, but I guess he agrees with that.
The right has set the standard for behavior in this country, and it is in hell.
So was it humor? What you were doing on Twitter there? Was it an attempt at humor, or was it a sort of a genuine expression of rage and anger?
Well, I mean, it's a combination of both, right? Humor, truth is always to some extent in comedy, right? The easiest way to tell if somebody is sub 65 IQ is when they say something like, "It was just a joke." Like, jokes are funny for reasons. It's because there's usually some aspect of reality that they're pointing to, unless you're literally doing an anti-joke or anti-humor. So,
all right, well, that was him. I'm not gonna watch the full thing. I want to go back to the actual video that I was watching before. This one, because he points out Asmongold. He calls out Asmongold, and he calls out Elon Musk, and I like both of them. So like, I had words.
Use a statement saying violence should only be condemned, never encouraged or joked about. This rhetoric is irresponsible. October 4th, Musk posts on this.
Just for some context. Yeah, that's the word. He's watching a video of basically of an anti-Elon Musk like propaganda. I'm gonna bad faith it and say it in the worst way possible. But like, that's basically what this is. It's just anti-Trump, anti-Elon Musk hit piece video that he's watching right now.
Trump wins and we get rid of the mountain of smothering regulations that have nothing to do with safety, humanity will never reach Mars. This is existential. Musk is the owner of SpaceX and stands to make billions from U.S. government space contracts. October 5th, the user handle @America is taken from an ex-user and given by Musk to his America PAC. That evening, he joins the former president on stage in Pennsylvania, jumping about wildly.
Fight, vote.
By now, he's moved with his senior team to a war room in a hotel in Pennsylvania to focus full-time on the Trump campaign. He speaks to Trump multiple times a week, is doing a series of pro-Trump town halls across the state, and has recruited lieutenants from his companies to join him. October 15th, legal filings from Musk's political action committee show he has personally donated at least $75 million to the effort to re-elect Trump. October 18th, it's revealed that another Musk-funded group called Future Coalition PAC is targeting Muslim voters in Michigan and Jewish voters in Pennsylvania with diametrically opposed political advertisements about Kamala Harris. In areas with large Muslim populations, the group is painting Harris as a close friend of Israel and is suggesting that she's beholden to the beliefs of her Jewish husband. But in areas with large Jewish populations, the ads say Harris panders to Palestine. Simultaneously, Musk is offering $100 to any Pennsylvania voter who signs his online petition.
That whole 100 million, she's probably gonna go into, or whatever, this $1 million to voters, by the way, all of that was a fucking lie. I think that's like the saddest, that's the most pathetic fucking thing to me. Like at least if you were to like simp for some dictator fuck, like if you were an Aryan master race Hitler guy, at least like Hitler's trying to supposedly like fight for the German people, but these guys are like fighting for you. You think that, and then they're
Bro, I feel like I'm gonna get annihilated from Twitch if I keep running this guy's mouth on it. But hey, you know what, Twitch, if you want to ban me for watching a guy for literally watching a guy and playing a game at the same time, then fine, do it.
Down your throat at the same time, and you're like happily eating all of it, right? This $1 million giveaway, I think somebody challenged this in court as like, well, this is illegal because it's a lottery, and they won that because like, well, actually, it's not a lottery because we're not choosing people at random. We're just giving it to basically inside.
Missing one platform is not a big deal to me.
And people that we already like, which is what they did. They pre-approved people and then they gave it to people that were basically already working with them. That's what this was. That's why I wasn't like, this is ridiculous. And you guys will sit here and clap for this like soy seals. It's insane to me.
Part of an effort to build a list of likely Trump voters. He also starts giving away $1 million a day to a randomly chosen voter who signed the petition. October 19th, it's revealed that the Building America's Future PAC, another Musk-funded campaign group, is impersonating the Harris campaign by setting up a fake website containing fake policy positions.
Are 100% of the winners Republican? Oh, they're all the winners are pre-chosen. I don't know if she goes. Wait, Elon Musk lottery 1 million. Lawyers for America PAC and its director, Chris Young, said the group doled out the funds based on who would be the best spokespeople for its pro-Trump agenda, despite the billionaire's assertion that winners would be chosen randomly. This is how they defended themselves in court. So this wasn't given out at random, it was just given out to pro-Trump people that they chose beforehand, basically. Like, the fact that you fucking retards, like, will actually sit here and clap for this shit and pretend that Dems do anything even remotely similar to this is actually fucking insane. Yeah, here comes the spin from Destiny. I like how the spin from me is just reading the words of an article, but for you, the true facts are whatever retarded fucking tweets that you read because you can only hold 180 characters in your brain at one point in time. And trying to persuade, what is this, Foglietta? That the giveaway was not a legal lottery. Musk's lawyers said the giveaway was not a prize, but rather compensation for those chosen to serve as spokespeople for America PAC's pro-Trump agenda. Young, America PAC's director, testified that he selected winners out of a pool of candidates who appeared in videos for the group and allowed it to use their images after reviewing their social media and meeting them outside event venues. John Summers, a lawyer for Krasner's office, said the admissions that the giveaway was not random made it not just an illegal lottery, but also a fraud. If their story is true, Summers said in his closing argument, it's one of the greatest scams of the last 50 years. Summers showed the court a clip of Musk at an October 19th Trump rally saying America PAC would randomly award $1 million to people who send the petition. In the video, Musk said, all we ask is that the winner serve as America PAC spokespeople. Young said that he was surprised to hear Musk describe the giveaway as random at the rally. He also acknowledged that the winner signed a non-disclosure agreement preventing them from speaking about the terms of the contracts. If any of this was on the left, you guys would be...
I'm confused. Why? So I made this. Space platform has not been built yet. A rocket must deliver a space platform starter pack
Dragon
first.
says, Destiny. I'm reading from a news article, so it must be true.
True. Actually, well, that's not technically what he's saying. I mean, honestly, you know what? Yeah, why not? I'm not even gonna try and like give him a good faith like argument, but why does this not that's annoying. So I have to go. Where are you? I have to go into this.
Fat Dragon says, I'm being facetious. Worse Nary says, I'm with the dragon on that.
I'm also with the dragon. The best dragon. I spelled that right? Yes, I did. Let's go. I'm not even gonna pretend to know how to spell this. Transport. I love text to speech. No, speech to text. It is a savior. It is my savior. starter pack is being requested for. Yes, there we go.
Be losing your fucking mind. But then like you dipshits or Asmund will read this. Oh, the left does this too.
Fat Dragon says,
the left does the exact bullshit. They do
spelling
the
is
same
for
thing. You're
noobs.
so wrong.
Yes, true.
If you don't know anything about it, just don't talk about it. Just don't say anything. Why do you contribute to the fucking destruction of my media environment? Go away. Go the fuck away. You don't know anything about this. Stop talking about it. Go away.
No. Never. I will always keep speaking my opinions. You cannot stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop Asmund, and you can't stop Elon Musk. They're all gonna keep talking. Sorry, Destiny. That's too bad. That's too bad. Like this is literally post election cope. Has to be. It has to be, because like he was so sure that Kamala was gonna win, and then literally Trump wins in a landslide, bro. He not only does he get over 300 electoral votes, he gets the House, and he gets the Senate. He gets everything. He has the courts. Like, bro. Like that's like everyone on the right is completely vindicated for all the things that they were thinking. True. And now Destiny's world is like falling apart, and that's why he's literally going down into like a mental break right now. This has to be like a little bit of a mental break that he's going through, because like his worldview is just wrong, and he doesn't want to accept that. But this is the way he's coping with it. Every time he sees like inklings of like actual reality poking through into his actual worldview, or at least that's my theory on his psychology right now.
Young said that he was surprised to hear Musk grab his giveaway. The giveaway falls in a gray area of election law, and legal experts are divided on whether Musk could be violating federal laws against paying people to register to vote. The U.S. Department of Justice has warned America PAC that the giveaway could violate federal law, according to media reports.
Fat Dragon says, First Amendment covers opinions, second protects the first, or so I understand.
Basically, yeah, that's basically true.
Anyway. You guys love it. You love it when the Republicans do it. You love it.
Impersonating the Harris campaign by setting up a fake website containing fake
I love seeing Destiny whine. It really, it warms my... That sounds kind of... Okay, it warms my heart, but it's only because it's Destiny. Like, Destiny's so, like... Bruh, he's so... He could be so bad faith and so obnoxious sometimes that seeing him actually struggle, it calms me down. I feel the opposite of pain when he does when that happens. But he annihilates people in arguments all the time, and it just hurts sometimes when he annihilates. Like, there's some people that I watch, and he does a really good job at tearing them apart, and I'm like, he's right, but it hurts. So like, it's just vindication from all the times that he destroys the people that I like, because they're not really debaters. So
I'll watch you watching him, but I couldn't watch him directly.
policy positions, then sending out text messages driving voters to the fake site. October 24th, it's revealed that Musk gave his America PAC a further $44 million in the first 16 days of October. October 25th, the Wall Street Journal reports that Musk has been in regular contact with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Destiny is literally the only person that I can listen to, and then I'll actually start verbally like yelling at no one because I'm in the middle of doing something different. I'm being vague on purpose. I'm in the middle of doing something while listening to him, and I'll start screaming at the thing that I'm working with. It's not a person though. It's objects, but like still, he makes me verbally abusive with no one, and then I start to laugh because like I'm literally yelling at myself.
Since 2022. October 27th, Musk speaks at the now infamous Trump rally at Madison Square Garden, a gathering characterized by racism, misogyny, and threats of violence.
USA! USA! Why?
Musk has posted more than 3,000 times on X in the last month, including dozens of unfounded claims about the election which have been viewed hundreds of millions of times. Apart from Trump himself, Musk is now the single biggest spreader of election disinformation. November 5th, Trump wins the presidential election. Elon Musk, a far-right conspiracy theorist, has succeeded in using his immense wealth to help swing the election in favor of a convicted felon.
This is literally like Destiny's like worldview. Like he talks about how he doesn't like conspiracy theories, and literally what I'm listening to is just a whole giant conspiracy theory. Like, this sounds crazy.
Based.
One of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie.
There we go. He trashes Asmongold. I didn't watch all of it though, so I don't know how deep this goes.
Of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who have kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America.
Now, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody had a problem about that. But somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now. Get the fuck out of here. It's been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because...
Wait, what?
One of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who have kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America.
Now, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody...
Who, when, where, how? Can I just say two things? That's...
Fat Dragon says,
you know what? Two things. One...
It's bedtime for me, dude. Hope you have a great rest of your stream.
All right, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you coming by. I'll try to stream more often, but I've just been working a little bit too much. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, well, I mean, actually, you said that you're, like, British. That it must be, like, super late at your time. Typically, I stream in the morning, but, like, I'm never usually up this early, this late. Yeah,
Mercenary says, nice meeting you, Dragon. I've got to get soon, too.
Yeah. I should probably hit the hay soon too, because my job is runs on British time, so I get up extra saucy early. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
I think we can say that Asmongold is a political streamer, which is kind of funny because 2 means that Hassan is only the second largest streamer now for politics on Twitch.
Nobody had a problem about that. But somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now. Get the fuck out of here. It's been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because Bernie Sanders isn't the president.
Mercenary says, oh, I just only sleep 6 hours. Oi.
Okay, we're gonna bring this around. It's gonna come around. This is gonna make sense. This is gonna make a lot of sense, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the proof.
This is a model that's actually familiar across the world. It's pioneered and perfected by strongmen like Viktor Orban in Hungary and Recep Erdogan in Turkey, and of course, Vladimir Putin in Russia. All of these rulers have their little crew of corporate and industrial titans who often hold no official government titles, but do the work of the regime in ways large and small, legitimate and otherwise, in return for their access and special privileges, including squeezing the state coffers to line their own pockets. As the Atlantic's Franklin Four puts it, the regime does the bidding of the billionaires, and
this is one of the tricks that media does, is they write articles that are inaccurate or problematic, and then they cross-reference each other to create the semblance of authenticity or authority. So like they use each other for references, and they're like, well, he said it, and then I'm referencing back to this article that was written here, but the fact is that it's bullshit in a lot of cases. Like, I think like Black Myth Wukong, like the example like that before is just like it. I'm not saying that this is like...
Remember Gamergate? Okay.
Exactly what it is. The regime does building of billionaires, and in turn the billionaires do the bidding of the regime. Sure, of course this happens. Yeah, definitely.
I now understand why people have multiple rockets. This is way too slow. Way too slow.
Right, the unique danger of a Trumpist oligarchy? Complete bullshit. Absolute complete bullshit. Do you
says,
think all the other billionaires are giving the other...
How does he explain how Kamal's got 1 billion in donations?
Kamala didn't get 1 billion. I think it was 800K. But on like the overall point of like, I think the 1 billion is like an exaggeration. But like Kamala basically, I think the number was like around 880K, 100,000 basically. Like, oh no, 100 million. Like it was close to 1 billion, like 80 million, 100 million. And then they were comparing it to how much Trump basically spent, and Trump's team only spent around like 300K, which was like Kamala spent 3 times as much money, but still ended up losing the race. I think the 1 billion is just like a over-exaggeration.
Money because they like them, and this is the thing, right? Is it's like a misrepresentation that's then referred back to as an authority.
Turn the billionaires do the bidding of the regime.
Yeah.
Power grows ever more concentrated.
This is why you need to, guys, when you're watching these alternative media people, you have to ask for examples. Like, give an example of this. Like, when you say that George Soros, because that's who he's referring to, right? When George Soros is doing improper things, like what? Give me an example. What are we talking about? Like, what are these horrible things that they're doing that's even remotely close to the level of influence that Elon Musk has given to Trump?
Traded as the owners and the corrupt leaders conspire to protect their mutual hold on it.
I actually was going to say, like, why do you just assume that Asmongold is like talking about George Soros? But then I think Asmon literally starts talking about George Soros, like like a minute later, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
In short order, this arrangement has the potential to deliver a double
That was
blow
a
to the
good
American
guess,
system. It can
Destiny.
undermine capitalism and erode democracy all at once.
I guess he must feel
Eroding
so
democracy
smart.
is when you lose the vote.
I don't think that's what he's complaining about. My guess is, if this is 7 hours ago, is he's probably complaining about the fact that Elon Musk, who is the richest man in the world, who's controlling a social media platform that was like openly pro-Trump and supporting Trump, is now in calls with the president-elect with foreign leaders. That's probably what he's talking about, not just losing the vote, but...
Nah, I think he's just talking about losing the vote.
And you may say, and you would be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power, from the little guy in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
How? I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This has been going.
Even though he doesn't know what a super PAC is, guaranteed.
On forever.
Just look at Elon Musk.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm Gothic MAGA. America's just not just going to be great. America's going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing. Massive, crushing victory. Get everyone, friends, family, people on the street, put the signs up, put the hat on.
It must be so terrible for someone to support a candidate. Yeah, that's so bad.
Let's go.
The wildly charismatic billionaire, rocket, and electric car magnate.
Well, that's what Destiny would say.
Oh my God, what a shit talker.
And $130 million of his own wealth to get Trump elected. That alone is unheard of. I mean, as far as we have records of, no one's ever done that before.
Didn't the Kamala Harris super PAC have like $17 billion or something like that? I mean, like...
But the money that an entire super PAC raises is not even, it's not even the claim that this guy just made. He just claimed that no individual on record has ever donated that much wealth individually to get a candidate elected before. Why are you citing the entire amount of money that a super PAC might have raised? I have no idea how much.
Because we're talking about, like, specifically... All right. I mean, if Destiny can't understand why he's bringing up why they're, like, money being playing as a part, as like... or how money is being played a part in this entire system, then Destiny's just lost. He's just lost.
How much money was even spent over the last election cycle? 17 billion? That sounds high. How much money was spent in 2024 election cycle?
Worse, Neri says. Beats having Vosh on your side. Haha.
16 billion was spent in the entirety of the 2024
Vosh.
election cycle.
I'm not gonna lie. Destiny, compared to all the people that are on the left, I still like Destiny way more than, like, everyone else there. Like, Vosh, I don't really care for. I can kind of see through Vosh. Vosh doesn't really... He doesn't really... Like, Vosh doesn't really make sense to me. Hassan Piker, he doesn't really make sense to... I mean, I sympathize with him a little bit more, but... that Hassan isn't, like, an intelligent person. Destiny is way smarter than that. But I think Hassan, like, he could be, like, I think he's wrong on a lot of stuff. But at least I can be friends with Hassan. I don't even think Destiny would want to be friends with someone that voted for Trump. So, like, which is crazy. Like, Hassan isn't that crazy or that partisan, I guess. Yes, automatic, yes, do it. No. All right, whatever. Wait a second. Didn't I make... Yes, I did. All right, let's stop stealing. From this location.
Worse, Neri says. I don't know Hassan, how he doesn't get banned.
Yeah, like, the things that I agree with Destiny on is, like, basically a lot of points that he makes about Hassan and some of the stuff he says on Twitch. And Twitch is supposed to be this safe space, but he can bash a specific kind of group of people, and I mean, it's a safe space unless you're that type of person. Let's just say that. It's crazy. It's actually kind of crazy. And Twitch itself is kind of crazy. Because, like, and I'm on it right now, but they,
Coffee Fuel Adrage says. Schling Schlong. Wing Wong.
What do you even say? Did you know that TTOS was? Oh yeah, he did. Okay, all right. Well, you wanted to know how that sounded, or how TTOS was gonna say that text to speech.
Worsenary says, careful if you're on it.
I don't even. To be honest, like Twitch probably has like the most amount of followers that I have on my streaming side of things. YouTube has the most amount of like subscribers and stuff like that. But like Twitch is like the highest in my for like I guess not live viewers, but like people that follow. But like what? I think 50% of them is just bots. They're trying to sell art to me or whatever. But
Coffee Fuel Adrage says, maybe.
I found you out. I like that name, Coffee Fuel. Coffee Fuel. I like it. And I lost my train of thought. GG. Worsely, because I knew I was gonna make a good point. Like, remind me what I was saying. I could just. Nah, I don't want to duplicate myself. I'm like, I could just bring up my video and just go back a little bit to see what I was talking about. But like, you would hear it. And I'm like, I don't like listening to myself, you know?
In the entirety. I'm guessing this is from both sides for all races, is my guess here.
I don't know. I mean, and this is the problem. Like, yeah, like, look at George Soros, other people like this. Like, what are we talking about?
What are you talking about? What has George Soros done? Like, what's an example? Like, what's an example?
Like, the problem is that
I wasn't listening to that properly the first time I heard this. Like, I know that he mentioned George Soros, but like, he's not...
says, I am a happy little robot man, reading happy little messages from humans. I'm happy bot doing reading chores for my Yumi master.
Oh, that's what I was saying. The word bot in your text actually reminded me what I was talking about. With Twitch, because Twitch is like terrible, and they're very one-sided when it comes to policies, and I'm not afraid of losing my Twitch. So like, when you said to be careful, War Sentry, I'm gonna call you Sentry. Whenever, yeah, I'm gonna call you Sentry. To be careful on Twitch, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. If I lose Twitch, that's great. That's fine. It's just one platform I don't have to like connect to, and I can officially say that I got banned from Twitch, so that's why I'm not on it. Haha. Use it as like a, what do you call it? It's a point of like I wear it as a badge of honor, because like Twitch is kind of trash,
Worsenary says, like Destiny.
I think I know I was just talking about something, but I'm having a very hard time.
Worsenary says, banned from Twitch.
yes. Thank you. Okay, yes, what you said. I literally started looking at your thing like, what do you mean, like Destiny? I know I said something, but I forgot. But yes, yeah. Banned just like Destiny. Wear it like a badge of honor. True. Honestly, they shouldn't have banned Destiny from Twitch. I actually agree with that. Destiny should still be on Twitch. Mostly because he really wants to be back on it, and he's so mad that he's not on it. So I'm kind of like, if he doesn't get back on it, I'm drinking those tears. But like, principally, he should actually be back on, if I'm gonna be fair. He really shouldn't be off of it. Like, his ban was kind of stupid. Not gonna lie.
Anybody can see that the government is bought and paid for.
And Asmund Gold agrees with me.
I know it. Everybody knows the government's rigged. But
because that means
you're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is
says,
wow, now it's rigged. It's been
no
rigged,
worries.
and you were defending.
I got to get. Nice seeing you, Yaliv. Have a good one.
All right.
Coffee Fuel Adrage says, Twitch is the home of the political rants and pool streams. Whoever starts a political pool stream shall rule Twitch.
Yeah, and women don't like going. Actually, that'll never happen, because women don't typically like talking about politics. Like if they're gonna, because like people that are gonna, the pool streams that are gonna work are the ones with women in it. And since the only pool streams that are gonna work, the only pool streams that will work is with women. Thanks for stopping by the way, Sentry. Guess I'll see you another time. But the only so that's why it'll just never work, because like women don't like talking about it. They naturally do not want to be confrontational, and politics has everything to do with being confrontational. So it's it's a very hard line to run. Let's just say that.
But now you're not, because it's not
because all the women that like talking politics will never make a pool stream and wear a bathing suit. They just won't do it. They're smarter than that. So like all this, like it really is the. No, I won't say that, because I know I'm on Twitch. Twitch might ban me for saying people. Okay, I was gonna say dumb, but I'm gonna say not like women that aren't smart. Are typically the ones that are gonna do like bath and pool stuff, because they're not smart enough to like find other ways of making money on the internet. So like it's easy, you know? You just gotta look pretty and put on a bathing suit. Like not you don't have to have a lot going on upstairs for that thought to cross their mind. Let's just say that. All right, let's just continue before I get banned.
Harris got 3 times the money Trump.
Waiting for an example. They're going to be here. It's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean examples? You couldn't even like think of examples in another video. So like, get out of here.
It's pay to win.
Yeah. Musk also...
Listen to what he just said.
Harris got 3 times the money Trump did. Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win.
Yeah. It's pay to win. Yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other. It's just like
Fuel Adrage says.
Emotive. Emotive is.
No Destiny Hassan political pool stream debate now.
Yeah, but the only reason pool streams are, or okay, maybe not the only reason, but the reason why pool streams are very popular is because it's typically when you have a pool stream, it's with the females. The females are the ones that's the drive to watch the pool stream. And if there's no females, then why would anyone want to watch the pool stream? So that's why I'm like, the male pool stream probably won't even get half the amount of attraction. Yeah, I think that's a fair statement, right? It's annoying that that's like a truth, but like it's, unless you disagree.
This is what we're doing. It's just like we're just saying things that are like pegged to an emotion. None of them like logically makes sense. Like what?
Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value to the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all 3 branches of government. Yeah, it's crazy how, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking retard. When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain, like, illegitimate control over the state. That is correct, yes. That's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation of, like, what can you sell the firm for in the future? It is indeed, that's like saying, oh, this guy spent $55 billion buying a firm that developed, like, a super secret sniper rifle, and it's only going to sell for, like, $2 billion in the future. What a bad buy. And it's like, oh, but what you didn't know is he was going to use a sniper rifle to, like, assassinate world leaders. Oh, I guess it was a good buy then. No, obviously, that's not what people are thinking when they're valuing Twitter. They're not thinking of, oh, he's going to use this as an actual like propaganda arm of one of the campaigning people to control the entire government. Jesus.
It's just like such a one-dimensional way of thinking.
That's conspiratorial. Like, Destiny really does actually believe that, like, for as much as the Destiny doesn't like conspiracy theories, he really loves the Elon Musk conspiracy theory of like he's gonna use it to have control over the government. I'm like, bro. What are you on? And I know that's not an argument, but like, what is he on right now?
I don't know. Okay.
order to turn the social media platform into a right-wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
It's again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting on.
The owner is literally a supporter of the right wing. He literally commandeered the @America account to promote the right-wing talking points to get Donald Trump elected. And he literally, the owner of the platform, literally retweets other right-wing accounts. Like, if this isn't a right-wing platform, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you think Asmongold was one of the people pissing and shitting and cumming themselves whenever there would be a person?
A nice little thing to know when you know, this is how you know that Destiny doesn't have an argument. When he starts ad hominem the guy. But honestly, it's like the most funniest things that he comes up with.
Do you think Asmongold was one of the people pissing and shitting and cumming themselves whenever there would be a person would post something like, I think Jewish space lasers are destroying our DNA, and they get banned, and they're like, oh, left-wing moderation, oh my god, left-wing, oh my god, the left-wing censorship media, like, Jesus.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
It's again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting on Twitter, and they can post basically whatever they want. The fact is that Twitter is an open space for people to have opinions. That's it. It is? No, it's not. What happens if you follow a bunch of left-wing people? Well, then you're going to get their opinions instead.
True.
That's what happens.
You do know that like Elon's account in and of itself has like an artificial boost on like its tweets, right? If we are to believe what Twitter employees say, and the fact that you get them spammed like fucking crazy to you every time you log onto that.
Not like when Elon Musk took over, he went and banned Bernie Sanders. That's not how it works. I see far left opinions all the time, so do I, constantly.
And it kind of worked. And not just to get Trump elected, but to make the world's richest man even richer.
How do you feel about right-leaning, non-political content creators being much more willing to express their political opinions and addressing candidates versus big left content creators avoiding politics or fear of alienating their audience? I've gone over this a lot now. Is that the right wing, because they have a cult, it's just so much more easy to roll people into it. And there's so much acceptance, there's so much support. It's just like there's such a huge incentive and reward structure there for kind of like becoming part of the right wing cult, right? You support Daddy Trump, now you've got a whole bunch of new fans, a whole bunch of people that are thumbs upping and approving of you and supporting you. It's just like,
Tesla among this week's biggest gainers on the S&P, up nearly 20%, fueled, of course, by the president-elect's victory. That surge resulting in a windfall for Elon Musk, who now has a net worth of $290 billion. I mean, you see, right? You don't have to be like super sophisticated to see how like wildly corrupt this could be. Trump isn't even.
I do. I think it could be corrupted. Absolutely could be. I think.
Remember what I said before, though? The reason why these people are willing to accept this, and he's about to say it, is yeah, it is corrupt, just like it's always been corrupt, right? If your mindset is that all of this stuff has always been corrupt, these people have always been like criminals and crooks, then of course it's easy to accept anytime somebody is actually like a criminal or a crook, right? Like it's easy to accept that.
I think in some cases it is. But the problem is that you're not going to get any sympathy from people when this has been something that's been going on forever.
Like, there it is, yeah. It hasn't been going on forever. You just don't know anything. You just have
launching
no
all these
history,
rockets so
understanding. You have
fast.
no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what a super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is. But you're like, oh yeah, this has been happening forever. No, it hasn't. Nothing like this has ever happened in the history of the United States of America. Well, I can't think of it. I can't think of it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's even remotely close to this.
That's obviously an over-exaggeration. Obviously.
I can't think of anything remotely close to this. Like, Twitter has become like RT. Like, it's just insane.
Really? You can't think of anything? You're so smart, though, Destiny. Come on now.
Citizens United was codified into law before Trump was even around.
You don't know what that case was about. You don't know what it does. You don't know what a super PAC is. Like, kill me.
So what are we talking about? How Elon Musk is some kind of like unique danger? It's outrageous. Yeah, he lost the game, bro. Like, yeah, he lost the game. That's it.
Hasn't yet, but the mere fact he will be has investors flocking to invest in Elon Musk companies because Musk is close to the press. They know. In fact, they probably saw the Trump family photo from Mar-a-Lago celebrating the day after the election. A family photo that, interestingly, doesn't include Melania Trump, who I think is...
Twitter and YouTube literally had the president banned off their platform. Do you know how long it took them to ban him? And they banned...
That was a comment from his earlier, like, retarded take whenever he said that there was zero consequences. Like, the right just has zero consequences for any of the behavior that they have. Oh, but Trump was, like, deleted off of, like, many different platforms. Well, yeah, where's your response to that? And now he's, like, pissed off because, like, he just called him out like he literally did get banned. And now I guess he's just going to call him his chatter retarded or something. Because that's an argument that he likes to use a lot.
Banned him because he was inciting violence, which all the Republicans,
no, he wasn't.
By the way.
Actually, no, he wasn't. Donald Trump did not incite violence. He was prosecuted with that, and they found that he was not inciting violence. So take that one. Literally, the courts have ruled that he did not. So Destiny's just like literally just throwing out false information. Like, did he not like watch the impeachment? What happened in like what? That started like January 9th, I think, of 2020. Like Trump was getting impeached the exact same time, and he did get impeached. on the specific issue of incitement, and he was ruled like that he did not, or there wasn't enough evidence to say that he actually like was doing that. So the impeachment didn't even go through. Like, it failed. They ruled no. So yeah, you're literally just spouting out like he's just lying at this point. Like, he did see that, or maybe he's pretending not to see it. Either he's lying or he's wrong. I think he's lying, to be honest.
Even the Republicans agreed to, and all of your hack conservative commentators agreed to, before they realized that Trump was still going to remain popular in the party. So yeah, they did ban him for breaking the rules. That's how it's supposed to go. Yes.
Excusable, unjustifiable, awful on every level, disgusting on every level. Just terrible.
And there's some more Destiny propaganda, throwing in Ben Shapiro 4 years ago to like agree with Destiny from today. Yeah, all right, Destiny. Like, the cope is so hard that he has to like throw in other people's like quotes from what they said years ago in order to like justify what he thinks now. It's kind of hilarious, not gonna lie. Actually, no, here, let's listen to it.
Terrible. Terrible. When you have rioters taking over the U.S. Capitol building, the seat of American democracy, and when you have those rioters saying that they are doing so in the name of the President of the United States, and when you have them doing that to the legislative branch of the government,
Fuel says,
they are rioters, they are
liar,
not.
liar, pants on fire.
True. See, guys, this is the reason why Destiny put this clipped it into his video, because like this was edited in. Like, he doesn't even respond to any of this. He just puts this in because it's like, hey guys, see, look, even Ben Shapiro agrees with me. Come on now, Ben Shapiro agrees with me. Like, but this is like a clip from Ben Shapiro from 4 years ago. So like, and Ben has stated that he says a lot of stupid shit, and he has a whole book of saying a lot of stupid shit, and he puts things in there every single day, and this is probably one of them. I mean, actually, well, I don't think this would be one of them. I think Ben Shapiro makes really good arguments. I really love Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro was the only person that Destiny could not actually like defeat in the argument against Trump. I was actually relatively surprised, and that's why I think he couldn't convince me, because he wasn't able to delete Ben Shapiro. Like, he was so good at defending Trump the reason he was good at defending Trump is because he basically made Destiny look like a conspiracy theorist. Like, he was like entertaining Destiny's like theories on like why Trump could be this bad person. And then when Destiny actually started explaining how Trump could be this really bad person, like, it just started looking like it basically just made Destiny look like a conspiracy theorist. Like, Destiny says that he has all the facts and stuff.
Coffee Fuel Ladrage says, Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. Well, it was a good try, but text-to-speech didn't pronounce the name properly. Actually, if you tried spelling Ben Shapiro properly, maybe it might actually say it properly, but I don't know.
Not protesters, okay? As soon as you commit an act of vandalism or violence, you are no longer in the category of protester, you are now a rioter. And unlike some folks who have justified riots based on the perspective of the rioters, if you're a criminal, you're a criminal, and you should go to jail. You should go to jail. And this was an attempted act of insurrection. I mean, technically speaking, that's what it was, considering that the reason that this happened is because Congress was simply there doing their constitutional duty and tabulating the state-certified electoral count. And that's all they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with the framing of attempted insurrection. I don't disagree with it, but I'm not advocating that that's what it was, so.
Fine. They do not have the power. Congress does not have the power, as I've been saying all week long. Congress does not, and never did, have the power to simply overturn state electoral college certified results. That is not a legal thing for them to do. Vice President Pence did not have that power. Congress did not have that power. It was not going to happen anyway, even if you thought they had that power, because Democrats control the House of Representatives. So all of that was tomfoolery. It was nonsense. And folks who believed that it was...
This was Ben Shapiro before he actually read the Eastman theory on like what was actually going on. I think this was before he actually read that. And then when he read that, he was like, okay, all right, I can sort of see why you guys thought that. And then he kind of like shimmered down his opinion. But like this was right, I think this was like January 7th or 8th, like right after when it happened, that Ben was like, I gotta give my opinion now. And he was furious, and honestly, rightfully so, because like that was a really, really weird time. People should not be down there rioting. Like, if you're protesting, then full support, but the people that were actually like doing damage and stuff, they really they kind of deserve those convictions. Let's just say that.
It wasn't nonsense, and decided that they were going.
It wasn't all of them though, and I don't even think it was the majority of them. So you could say it was a mostly peaceful protest because the BLM riots, it was mostly peaceful. There was some rioting, but it was mostly peaceful. Same exact argument. So until they say that the BLM riots aren't a mostly peaceful protest, I'll just keep saying that January 6th was a mostly peaceful protest.
To commit
Which I'm not
an
wrong.
evil act. It is an evil act to invade the seat of government and do violence to people. It turns out we now have over a dozen police officers who are injured. There are 4 people who are dead. 1 person was shot. 3 people died.
Drage says. Mike Penn NIS.
I see what you were trying to like. I tried to like make the thing do, but it just didn't want to say it. Oh, that's funny. Mike Pence. Yeah, say Pence. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah. But I see what you're trying to do.
Emergencies yesterday.
It's funny.
That's as bad an event as I've ever seen in American public life.
All right,
Frankly,
yeah, we get it. Yeah, yes. Look at me, guys. Even Ben Shapiro agrees with Destiny. Oh, look at that from 4 years ago, before he read the Eastman memo. But like, we don't care about that's just details. We don't care about the details.
In many ways, it's the worst thing to happen to the United States of America since 9/11.
Donald Trump's wife the last time I checked, but there's Elon Musk.
Yeah, see, it was just edited in. Like, literally, he's just trying to get brownie points. Like, oh, look, Ben Shapiro agrees with me, guys. Look at that. Ben Shapiro from 4 years ago agrees with me. See? Look at that, guys.
Friends and family discount now. And while he's sitting on...
I mean, honestly, I kind of feel bad for Destiny. Because he's really trying. He's really trying to get people to, like, see his point of view. But, like, it's just not convincing. It's just not convincing. Like, ever since he did the whole
Coffee Fuel Drage
firefighter...
The bot is too pure to execute my shenanigans, hee.
True. Like, Destiny's just... It's just sad. It is kind of sad. Like, he's trying real hard. He's like... Because, like, I'm making fun of him, the whole Ben Shapiro thing, but now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm like... It is kind of sad. He just lost the election in a landslide. Like, he just got defeated. Utterly crushed. And it feels so good. I feel so vindicated, but now I just feel bad for him. Not gonna lie. I really just feel bad for him at this point.
I don't get it. So, like, now this
we know, we understand, yeah.
Some kind of, because the media is attacking him because they're losing power to Twitter. It is. Twitter is a direct threat to establishment media because it's a bigger platform than any establishment media. It's worldwide, and it's effectively completely open. So the ability that, like, I've always thought that media has actually always been corrupt. It's just that we didn't know it until we got the internet, and we could really see what happens behind the curtain.
It's so crazy how retarded the internet has made all these fucking morons. Oh my god, it's actually crazy to me, the false sense of grandeur that you think you know so much because you sit there and you spam watch fucking Tim Pool and Alex Jones. You're like, oh my god, this is reality? This is crazy. Like, these are the same people that would have been talking to you about Bat Boy because they were buying the National Enquirer when they were standing in line at Walmart. Holy shit.
I think media has always been extremely corrupt. It's just that now we have the tools to perceive.
Not an argument, so I don't need to respond to any of that.
Mainstream media is dying. Yes, it is dying, and Twitter is
just him
blood.
ad homing,
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly.
Twitter is the main place that people get information. Bigger than any of them combined. Yeah, exactly. So this is the reason why they're against Twitter and why they're trying to, like, make advertisers leave Twitter. It's because they want to maintain their position in the media economy, and Twitter is threatening that position in a direct way. Corrupt or biased? Why not both?
Billions of dollars of government contracts to the point where the U.S. space program has become largely dependent on him. Now he's going to be something approaching a kind of co-president.
A co-president, wow. Who thought that? Oh, I guess. Yeah, they just invented that. Advertisers are leading on their own because it's successful. I don't think that's true. I think that media and advertisers...
Oh my god, and he's even slurping up the Elon load about how advertisers are just leaving the platform.
The Elon load. Bro, his criticisms are just...
Says, I'm not too far into the Twitch scene, but wasn't Destiny's girlfriend openly cheating on him?
That is I guess you could frame it that way. True. But it was an open relationship, so I guess you could call it openly cheating on him. Yes. That's not how Destiny would characterize it, but I'm not gonna give the best characterization for Destiny because he wouldn't do the same for me. So why should I do it for him?
Because they're colluding against him. They don't like him. Kill me, bro.
Advertisers create an expectation, and also advertisers probably don't.
Yeah, the expectation.
And okay, so he was in an open relationship, and now he's not. But I don't criticize him for that. Like he's Destiny's happy that he's not in that relationship anymore. I don't think he's in a relationship at all right now, because he's. I don't even know how to say it. Like he genuinely is actually happy that he's not in that relationship anymore. Like I don't want to, because like a lot of people make fun of him of being like, oh, he's like thrusters can't be flipped. That's bull. That's bull. People like to make fun of him for his like open relationship stuff, and I'm like, he really does not care. He really does not care. So that's why I don't really like. I try not to talk about his open relationship nonsense, because like there's so many things that you can criticize Destiny for, but like the open relationship thing is like low hanging fruit. Like, people should honestly keep talking about him and his assassination comments. Like, that's the thing that I want people to talk about whenever they mention Destiny and, like, credibility and stuff like that.
Ladrage says, oh, okay, didn't know that. All I heard was the cheating stuff, but I really didn't know. Happy face.
Yeah. A lot of people do criticize him about that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to, but I'm not going to stop you. But I will defend him, or at least give context to why for that specific situation, because it's kind of wild to hear that. Like, open relationships are kind of weird, and I don't really understand how he's able to do it for as long as he did.
That there are going to be like open Nazis and like anti-Semitic, crazy racist black people fighting videos that are getting 50,000 likes and retweets like every other fucking day on the platform.
I think that media and advertisers create an expectation, and also advertisers probably don't want to have Twitter owned by Elon Musk either. And so what happens is that advertisers, by withholding funding and not putting funding out there, what they do is they create soft speech requirements, where it's like, well, you can't have these opinions, you can't say these things, you can't even allow other people to say these things, because if you do, we're going to take away the money we give you, and we're going to use this as leverage to get you to compel speech. Like, that's basically what happens. And I know that there are some people that are happy about this, and they're like, oh, that's good. It's not good. It's not good when Elon Musk does it. It's not good when they do it either. I don't want to have some multi-billion-dollar company that has a fiduciary responsibility to make as much profit as possible, trying to be the arbiter of what can and can't be said. That's insane. Of course not. I respect Destiny a lot. Destiny's changed my opinions about a number of things like...
Oh, I didn't actually listen to this part. This is interesting. Let me pay attention a little bit more.
What is Kick? Kick is effectively a loss leader for stake. And I think that Elon Musk is using Twitter as a loss leader for Tesla and SpaceX by losing money on it to make more money by entrenching himself in the government. It exists in an ecosystem. And
that's called rent-seeking, and it's bad. It's considered a bad thing. It's considered a bad thing in a liberal capitalist society when you're spending money not on research and development, on creating a better product, not on advertising, insofar as trying to get your product in front of more people, but in spending money to alter the regulatory environment to give you a competitive edge. That's called rent-seeking behavior, and it's generally either illegal or highly discouraged, because you don't want people spending money on shit just to have a more competitive product, or I'm sorry, to make their product seem more competitive by buying the government. By definition. You want to avoid that. Rent-seeking is
buying the government. Buying the government. He didn't say that. Like, Destiny does a really good job at like making arguing a point that the person didn't actually like make. So let me listen to this carefully.
As a loss leader for can and can't be said. That's insane. Of course not. I respect Destiny a lot. Destiny's changed my opinions about a number of things like January 6th. What is Kick? Kick is effectively a loss leader for stake. And I think that Elon Musk is using Twitter as a loss leader for Tesla and SpaceX by losing money on it to make more money by entrenching himself in the government. It exists in an ecosystem. And
that's called rent-seeking, and it's bad. It's considered a bad thing. It's considered a bad thing in a liberal capitalist society when you're spending money.
Because like what Destiny thinks is a bad thing is like, I don't really care what Destiny thinks is a bad thing. Let me see what he's talking about. He said rent-seeking. What is rent-seeking? Rent seeking is the act of growing one's existing wealth by manipulating the social or political environment without creating new wealth. It involves attempting... I mean, I guess people could see that as a bad thing. I know a lot of liberals be like, no, that is a bad thing, because, like, you're just... It involves attempting to obtain economic rent, i.e. a portion of income paid to a factor of productions in excess of what is needed to keep it employed in its... I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. I would say it's immoral, I guess. But, like, bro... I mean, I was about to make the argument. A lot of people do it, but, like, just because a lot of people do it doesn't make it less immoral. But if a lot of people think... If a lot of people... Here's a good question. If everyone thought that something that is typically immoral isn't immoral, is that thing still immoral? Because if everyone thinks that the thing that used to be immoral is a good thing now, then how would one come to the conclusion that it was ever immoral if everyone just thinks that it's a good thing? Like, there's no history, there's no context. Like, the thing that was immoral is now immoral. I'm specifically not using an example because, like, depending on the example, people would be like, well, actually, like, that specific example doesn't work because of that. And I'm like, I'm not going to even give it a specific example. I'm just going to logic it out. And that logic is true. That has to be true. All right. I mean, I can kind of see how people wouldn't like this, but, like, bro, the guy, if, like, YouTube does this, YouTube used to do this. YouTube was running at a what do you call it? Like a deficit for so long. But the only reason they were able to keep YouTube afloat is because they had other, like, companies keeping it afloat. Like, this isn't by manipulating social or political environments. Social is very vague because you could technically say social media. So, like, rent seeking, I guess every person that's on Instagram with an OnlyFans is rent seeking right now because they're using social media to, like, capture viewers in order to get them to, like, pay for their thing. Like, that's a very vague thing to say, social or political environments. I mean, everything is political now. That's crazy. So, like, they're gonna have to, like, fix the definition of this word because a lot of things could be applied to this example, this really bad thing that Destiny's talking about now. Yeah.
Not on research and development on creating a better product, not on advertising insofar as trying to get your product in front of more people, but in spending money to alter the regular...
Oh, now talk about the people on doing OnlyFans. They're not creating it. Well, maybe he would actually argue that they're creating something that's really good in research and development or whatever. No, that profession's old at time. They're not creating anything new by doing that. So no, I wouldn't even accept the argument.
Regulatory environment to give you a competitive edge. That's called rent-seeking behavior, and it's generally either illegal or highly discouraged because you don't want people spending money on shit just to have a more competitive product, or I'm sorry, to make their product seem more competitive by buying the government. By definition, you want to avoid that. Rent-seeking is bad behavior.
It's not just by buying the government, but, like, Destiny is going to use a very specific... He's not even gonna talk about the whole social manipulation part, which isn't really even that bad. But, like, since it makes Elon Musk look a little bit better than what he wants him to look like, then he's just gonna completely exempt the fact that it also has social causes as well, which is a bad thing.
And I think he knew that, and I think that's what happened. I see what he's saying.
He hates Elon Musk, so, like, of course he's gonna be bad.
Ah, nice. Yes. Reddit video.
Huh? And X bought the global
Coffee Fuel Adrage says, I don't like how angry Destiny is.
Yeah, you and me both.
His immense wealth to help elect a convicted felon. April 14th.
Oh god. He gets so angry for some of the littlest things, and then I'm like, okay, so now talk about the people of OnlyFans, and he's like, well, you see here, and I'm like, bro, where's that anger now? Where's that anger? And like the anger is only there because he's biased against like Elon. He hates Elon, and that's why he's gonna make this tiny little thing seem like it's the worst thing in the world. So like, yes, I 100% true.
Oh man,
I don't like it when Destiny gets angry because he gets angry over the most retarded shit. Honestly.
The cope of I mean, he is. He is a convicted felon. That's not a cope. That's just like a fact. This.
Wait. Hold up. What did he just say?
Oh god. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's play some games, shall we? Oh man, listen. The cope, brother. Cope?
The cope of he.
Wait, XQC didn't even say anything. All he said was cope. Did I miss something?
Huh?
And X bought the global town square, then corrupted it before using his immense wealth to help elect a convicted felon. April 14th.
Oh god.
Oh.
Alright, let's play some games, shall we? Oh man, listen.
I mean, honestly, it is cope.
Cope, brother.
It is cope. True, actually.
Cope.
The cope.
And you know why it's you know why it's cope? The reason why it's cope is because the reason he's a convicted felon is because he falsified some business records. And the way that he falsified business records, I'm talking about Trump specifically, the reason that they caught him on falsifying business records is because, which is a misdemeanor, by the way, there's another felony underlining crime that they did not like talk about in the court. Like Trump did an underlying crime that they didn't even need to specify, but like they still ruled him guilty on that for some underlining felony crime that we have no idea what it is. Like literally that's what they said. But like we know that he falsified business records, which is still a misdemeanor, but I repeat myself. But the way that he falsified business records, and I'm using their framing, I wouldn't frame it this way, but the reason
Coffee says, in a political debate you must be nice and respectful. Yelling is neither.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's kind of boring. But they're interesting. No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch Destiny because he. Let me go back to what I was saying before. I'll read your comment in a moment. I'll get back to it in a second. What was I saying though? I had a good point. Oh, the reason why Trump is technically a convicted. Well, yeah, technically a convicted felon. That's the way I would like to frame it. Is because he falsified business records. And the way that he falsified business records is because he paid... Honestly, the way that it looks to me, I think he just made a mistake, or his accountant made a mistake, because they ended up paying more to the IRS. Because instead of saying something as reimbursement, they made it as income. And since they made it as since the money that they got in was actually categorized as income, they had to pay more in taxes. And since the information that they gave the IRS was not true, regardless if they paid the IRS more money or not, they technically falsified business records. So they should have just said it's a reimbursement, and then they wouldn't have to pay all those extra taxes, and then he wouldn't have falsified his business records. But someone made a mistake, because I don't know anyone that tries to intentionally pay more in taxes. Like, that's just stupid. But he technically broke the law. So, like, yeah, he's a convicted felon on a reimbursement instead of... Like, it's literally, he's a convicted felon because of a technicality. It's stupid. But let me get back to it. So, in a political debate, you must be nice and respectful. Yelling is neither. Yes, true. But the reason why I watch Destiny is because he yells a lot. It's just hilarious, honestly, to see him. Like, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. Like, I like, that's the main reason why I watch Destiny. He's just entertaining. He's not really convincing me of anything, but like, he's just fun to watch. So
hope of I mean, he is a convicted felon. That's not a cope. That's just like a fact. This is where
no, it's a cope because people just keep saying, oh, he's a convicted felon, and then the XQC just knows that yeah, he's a convicted felon for falsifying business records. Yeah, no one cares. No one cares. Like, you're trying to make yourself feel better by saying, oh, we got a convicted felon in the White House now. And I'm like, bro, like, It is a cope. True. 100%. But Destiny's like, oh, well, he did technically falsify those business records now. Let's be semantical now.
Conservatives are at, right? Like you call it a cope?
Yeah, because XQC is a conservative, right? Is that right, Destiny?
Just state something that is actually true? Okay.
He's not, by the way.
Who was convicted? No, that's not what I mean. I meant it's like a, like, just I don't like loud labels and things when it's like for somebody that people don't like. And it seems to be only happening on one side. It's just kind of annoying.
Is
true. Oh man. Wait, what is Desi gonna say? He's probably pissed off at this.
Is Kamala a convicted felon? Destiny, it's showing the bias.
No, he's not. She's not. Like XQC. What? How do you get that information from what XQC just said? He didn't say. Kamala Harris didn't even come out of his mouth. He's like, oh, so is XQC saying that Kamala Harris is a convicted felon? Like what? Where do you even get that information? I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Just I don't like loud labels and things when it's like for somebody that people don't like. And it seems to be.
Oh yeah. True. That means Kamala Harris was a convicted felon, right? Okay, that's what that statement means, right?
Only happening on one side. It's just kind of annoying.
Is Kamala a convicted felon? Destiny, it's showing the bias. That's his point. It's a bias to say that Donald Trump is a convicted felon? Well, excuse me.
Yes. Actually, yes. True. Actually, true. It is a bias. And the reason it's a bias is because the people that, like, are you really gonna call someone that, are you really gonna call a child, like, say that a kid, like a little kid, he loves, let's just say this kid loves nerds, right? He loves nerds. They taste really good. And one day he goes to a store. He has no money, and he had money, but then he lost it in the store. But he was really looking forward to get those nerds, and he takes the nerds, right? He steals the nerds. The little kid stole the nerds. He takes it. Are you gonna now call him a thief? He's like this thief, a convicted thief. I mean, this is different because the kid. I'm not gonna say that the kid went to trial, but still. Like, are you gonna like whenever you bring up this kid's name, you're gonna be like, oh, so it's that kid, the thief, and like this is like years later, the thief, he's a thief. The kid that's now like what, 20 years old now, because like the convicted felon thing happened like back in 2012. Like the thing that they're talking about that where he falsified business records happened in 2012, and they brought it up in 2023 to like prosecute him on, and I'm like, bro, like what? Like, they brought it up now. Something that happened 10 years ago. Oh, but he's a convicted felon. Sorry, I'm gonna keep going.
What do you mean?
Let's go back a second.
Felon? Destiny, it's showing the bias. That's his point. It's a bias to say that Donald Trump is a convicted felon?
True.
Well, excuse me, what do you mean?
Because only people that hate Trump is going to bring up that thing that happened 12 years ago, but then they still convicted him on it, even though it's like a misdemeanor. But somehow there's an underlining felony that no one talks about. Yeah, yes, it is a bias. The only people that bring it up are the people that hate Trump, like you, like, bro. Oh, but Destiny's so smart. He's supposed to know all these things.
Explain what the felony was? The felony was that Donald Trump was falsifying business records.
That's not a felony. That's a misdemeanor. You're lying. He did not even read this. He did read this because he's smart. He does read this. He did read this. I saw him read it. He did this stuff on the stream. He's lying. He's intentionally lying. He's a liar.
To his employee and lying about payments he was making to pay off to kill a story that would have influenced the outcome of the election. That was when he got convicted on 34 counts in front of a jury in New York State. What do you mean? That's what the felony was for.
That wasn't a felony. It was a misdemeanor, and there was an underlining. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying, yeah, it was a misdemeanor. Yeah, you're lying. You're lying. Destiny, you're part of the both sides stuff. Yeah, his chat is just.
How is that a question mark? How is that a question mark? Okay. Here's an example. Okay. I could be wrong about this. I don't think I am.
Bro, I'm
pretty sure Joe Biden had
Big stretch. It was to pay off the porn star. What do you mean?
Yes, true. That was such a big stretch. That was a big stretch. It literally was just to pay off a porn star. But like Destiny's gonna make it. Look at his face. Look at Destiny's face. Look at that. Look at that. Look at him. Look at him. He's mad. He is so, wait, can I like, no, I can't zoom in. He's so mad right now. Look at him. He knows that's a stretch. He knows what he's gonna say.
Big stretch. It was a big stretch to kill the story because it was going to come out right during the elections. What do you mean? What's the stretch?
Yeah, the stretch is to kill this. Like that's not what he got. That is a stretch to say that. That's conspiracy theory. That's conspiratorial because like they didn't talk about him trying to hide something. They said that he falsified business records. That's the thing that they convicted him. They didn't convict him because he lied or whatever. Like, that is a stretch. Like, you're just coming up with stuff right now. You're assuming stuff. That is a stretch. If you're assuming anything, that is technically a stretch. And I would say it's a massive stretch.
This is loud as fuck. Had like pro-segregation and shit like that takes way early in his career.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Biden was pro. Are you talking about the busing stuff?
Right? Yeah, he did. Okay. Do people say, oh, dude, well, why would we elect a confirmed racist into the White House? Is that something that people do? Is that people like is that a common occurrence or whatever? No, not really. No, not really.
It's not a common occurrence that people called Biden racist. When he said that if you're not black or if you vote for me or if you don't vote for me, you're not black. You don't think people made these accusations? You don't think people talk about like the crime bill and all this all the fucking time? What are you talking about?
They don't say that. So it's like I feel like when you try to discredit somebody for the worst thing that they've been, you can do that for everybody, right? But it doesn't give your point any validity. It doesn't give you any free points. It doesn't give you any free points. You can do it, but if you keep doing that, you're just gonna sound like you're insane.
I wish XQC would be better at talking. Honestly, I really wish he would be better at talking, because like I understand what XQC is trying to say, but like it's just he's not the best speaker. Let's just say that. Yeah. I mean, I like XQC. I think he's pretty cool. I like XQC way more than I like Destiny. Like I could be chill with this guy. Destiny, the only reason I watch Destiny because he's very entertaining. Like I disagree with him a lot, but he's funny when he roasts people. Like he comes up with the best roasts. It hurts to watch, but I still laugh, even if he's bashing my favorite YouTuber. Oh, because it's good. He's good at roasting people. Honestly, true.
What?
The Biden.
But I'm never gonna take him. I'm never gonna take Destiny seriously on his U.S. politics, political takes, or anything that has to do with Elon Musk or any person that he literally hates. Like I'm just not gonna take him seriously.
Crime family. Okay. He's right in that it's not exactly relevant that his is a convict in this context, no? It's not relevant that Donald Trump engaged in like election-related fraud and was convicted on all those counts in the course of an election. That's not related to his current behavior. That's not a model of his current behavior that you don't think...
Yeah, we're talking about the thing that the fraud thing happened in 2012.
Speak freely says, fraudulent conviction.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Did you get baited? I've been saying a bunch of dog shit.
Cope of... What is this?
Did you get baited? Did you get baited? Because I've been saying a bunch of dog shit.
The cope of... I mean... He is. He is a convicted felon. That's not a cope. That's just like a fact. This is where conservatives are at, right? Like you call it a cope to state something that's actually true?
Oh, God.
No. He's actually stupid. No. The reason the XQC calls it a cope is because people just keep bringing up this nonsense. Like, why do you keep bringing this stuff up? This happened the thing that they're talking about happened in 2012. Like, it's a cope to keep bringing that stuff up. It's old news, man. Like, come on now, get with the times. So what if the freaking courts took like a 10-year, like they decided to prosecute him on something that happened 10 years ago in 2023? Like, that's not Trump's fault. Like, bro, it is a cope to keep bringing it up.
Guys, if every time we had a normal conversation, okay, about an objective topic, and I address Disney, hey, hello, sir, are you, oh, okay, yeah, you can talk now, divorced cuck. Hey, divorced cuck, Andy, dumb fuck,
Yes, true. If they keep, that's true. Yeah, like if he keeps bringing up, oh look, divorce Ellie.
Speak freely, sis. I have no idea who that guy is you are listening to.
You don't know Destiny or XQC? They're political streamers. Actually no, XQC he's like a sub poor political. He's not really he's not a political streamer. Destiny is, and he's like 100%, no, 1,000% for Kamala Harris, and he hates Trump. And yeah, that's basically all you really need to know. And he's basically criticizing XQC for the smallest little thing, anything that could show that could make that could actually show that Trump is good in any tiny little way, by just like downplaying a tiny little thing. Like, Destiny has like a whole hissy fit about it, and that's basically what he's doing right now.
Fuck my wife guy. Like, dude, like, I understand that it's true. I understand that it has its own validity. I think there's a place and a time to live, to put labels or whatever. Sometimes you just kind of address somebody as like just their name and one.
Yes, true. What are you about to say? You cannot disagree with this. Actually, no, he can. He'll just be contrarian because he doesn't want to give any validity to Trump. Watch, he's gonna disagree with this, right?
I can't tell if this is difficult to understand or not. It has to do with whether or not it's related to the subject. I'm pretty sure I even said that in that. I don't know if it got clipped or not, but it has to do if it's related to the subject, right? That's the issue. It's not just a random fact. It's if you're running for president and you're a convicted felon, and that convicted felony has to do with election-related fraud, that's the point. Like,
yeah, but XQC's point is that it's a cope to keep bringing up old stuff. So like, Destiny's literally not even making argument to anything that XQC is saying. He's pretending that he's answering something and acting like he's actually like saying something of value, which he is, but it has nothing to do with what XQC was talking about. He literally said it was a cope. Like, it's a cope to keep bringing it up. And that's why, and then XQC explained why he said that it's a cope to do that.
Speak freely, sis. I do not know any of these people.
Well, I mean, well, you're about to get to know them now. So, yeah. This Destiny guy, I watch him a lot. He, wait, are you even in politics? Speak freely. If you're in politics, if you're not in politics, then you're never gonna meet this guy ever. Just 100% true. Like, that's just what's gonna happen. But yes, Destiny. This guy named Destiny right here.
Speak freely, sis. I checked you out only because you have a clever name. Glad I stopped in.
Glad I stopped in. Cool. Do you do politics? Hey, thanks for the follow. The only reason I knew you followed, though, is because... Wow, that actually works. Wait, hold up. Where do I see this? Oh, no, that was on a, yeah. Yeah, we'll just, yeah, it was on a thing. A few seconds ago. Let's go. I appreciate the follow, but you're not saying anything, though. Bloodlust. Thank you for the follow. Please do not chat about anything about having to join a Discord or anything about art or... Yeah, like, no thank you, please. Don't you dare. Don't you dare be a bot. Actually, your silence. I'd rather you be silent. Or you can say hi. That'd be cool, too.
Okay.
But true, Destiny, I mean, what I said before about Destiny, this guy right here, he's completely misinterpreted. Like, let's listen to...
1944 says, join my art Discord 3.
You will be destroyed. I will destroy you. But like... Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Dude, like, I understand that it's true. I understand that it has its own validity.
Like, XQC's whole point is that bringing up the whole Trump convicted felon thing is just a cope. It's a cope.
Confirmed rape.
I'm going
is
very
Kamala
far
a
back.
convicted felon? Destiny, it's showing the bias. That's his point. It's a bias to say that Donald Trump is a convicted felon? Well, excuse me, what do you mean?
Yes, true.
Explain what the felony was? The felony was that Donald Trump was falsifying business records to his employee and lying about payments he was making to pay off to kill a story that would have influenced the outcome of the election. That was what he got convicted on 34 counts in front of a jury in New York State. What do you mean? That's what the felony was for.
How is that a question mark? How is that a question mark? Okay. Here's an example. Okay. I could be wrong about this. I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden had...
Big stretch. It was to pay off the porn star. What do you mean, big stretch? It was a big stretch.
I mean, yeah, that literally was what it was. Destiny's adding a bunch. I'm repeating myself. I'm gonna continue.
To kill the story because it was going to come out right during the elections. What do you mean? What's the stretch?
This is loud as fuck. Has like pro segregation and shit like that takes way earlier than his career.
Wait, what?
Yeah, actually, no, this is true. Like, he's literally talking about, like, how people kept on talking about Biden in, like, years ago, and how he was doing, like, these weird policies that seemed to be, like, pro, like, segregation and stuff like that. I'm just gonna characterize it like that, because I'm not 100% sure on how true that is. But, yes, that's 100% true for, like that works perfectly with, like, the analogy of how, you know, it just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Biden was pro. Are you talking about the busing stuff?
Like, the whole point is that you're bringing up old news, and it's a cope to keep bringing up old news of people you don't like. Like, that's the whole point. I don't understand why Destiny can't understand that.
Speak Freely says, this Destiny guy. I just couldn't really put any time into him. I do not support delusion or intellectual dishonesty.
Yeah, true, honestly. I would advocate not watching him, because he makes good points sometimes, but his bias on, like, his anti, like, don't listen to him for politics. Only listen to him when it comes to, like, just comedic relief or entertainment. Like, don't ever take him seriously. Like, you can't. He's just hilarious to watch, though, when he copes. It's great. That's the only reason why I watch him. I would not recommend watching Destiny.
Okay. Do people say...
Like how Tim Pool kept on recommending... Like, the only reason I watched this Destiny guy is because I watched Tim Pool, and Tim Pool said he recommended him a long time ago. And Tim Pool doesn't recommend him anymore because this Destiny guy was basically, like, glorifying the death of, like, someone that got, like, shot at a Trump rally. And Destiny was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to make fun of him all the time. And he's going to keep doing that. And he doubled down on that statement when he went on other people's shows, when they would ask him, like, why would you tweet these? Why do you still say this? And he doubled down on it. I'm like, well, yeah, he's not a serious guy. Don't take him seriously. You can't. So, yeah, I would not recommend watching Destiny.
Oh,
if you don't know him, that's a good thing.
Well, why would we elect a confirmed racist into the White
Speak
House?
Freely
Is
says,
that something that people do?
I don't watch Tim Pool either, though.
Ah, but you know who the name is. Tim Pooley. Oh, wait. No, you don't know who he is, because that's not how you... that's not how you spell his name. Damn. All right.
People like, is that a common occurrence or whatever? No, not really. No, not really.
Speak Freely says,
it's not a common occurrence that
Tim Pool is slightly delusional as well.
Yeah, Tim likes his conspiracy theories. Bloodlust
1944 says, I wish I didn't know Destiny LMAO.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of glad I met Destiny. Not in real life, but, like, I found him But I understand your point. He's hilarious. Destiny is hilarious when he's not talking politics. He is actually like super entertaining. But like when he's talking about like things that don't really matter, he's fun to listen to.
That people called Biden racist when he said that if you're not black or if you vote for me or if you don't vote for me, you're not black. You don't think people made these You don't think people talk about?
Oh, but the difference with the like Tim is like he's a little. I guess you characterize him as delusional. I wouldn't say Tim's delusional. I just think he's wrong on. Right. I guess I'll characterize him as delusional just to be consistent, a little bit. But like at least Tim isn't so arrogant that he's like he's so deluded to the point to where he thinks that he's right and everyone else is wrong. Like Tim actually like he takes other people's
Speak freely says.
Perspectives.
Tim Pool, the bald beanie wearing liberal that is grifting the conservatives.
I mean, I guess you could technically say that. I love Tim though. I love Tim. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it kind of does seem like Tim's doing that. It really does. It kind of does seem like that. But like
Bloodlust 1944 says, I wish Tim didn't surround himself by yes men.
I mean, the secret to happiness is surrounding yourself with yes men. Because if everyone around you agrees with you, then it doesn't matter what other people say in the comments. Like, family is key. Like you
Speak freely says, everyone's voice should be heard for sure.
Yeah, like one could say that you're like surrounding you, like your family is a bunch of people that are just yes men, right? Because like at the end of the day, your family is gonna look out for you, regardless if you're like in the wrong or not. Like it would actually be really bad if like say that your kid did something bad and it was like a mistake, but it was like against the law, and for the parents to just automatically reject them and kick them out and be like, yeah, you're a disgrace. Like that would be like terrible. Or people wouldn't advocate for that at the very least.
Like the crime bill and all this all the fucking time. What are you talking about?
They don't say that. So it's like I feel like when you try to discredit somebody for the worst thing that they've been, you can do that for everybody, right? But it doesn't give a point any validity. It doesn't give you any free points. It doesn't give you any free points. You can do it, but if you keep doing that, you're just gonna sound like you're insane.
True.
What?
If you keep bringing up the Trump
Speak
felon
freely
thing
says,
all the time, yeah, you're gonna.
That would be community.
Yeah, and I say family specifically because that's a stronger argument. Just saying community wouldn't be as. I mean, it's a good argument, but I like the strongest arguments. Like you can't really say no to family, but community you can sometimes say no depending on what they're asking for.
Crime family. Okay.
Speak freely says, community
right in
always
that
boots people out for not being yes men or women.
Not necessarily, because you never know if they're the yes men or not, because you don't spend as much time around them as you do with like your family. I mean, I'm comparing it to family. You are technically true.
Community is communist in action.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. In a way. It is in a way. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because like communism at scale just does not work. Because like when you get to a certain population size, people just stop caring about each other, and then there is no such thing as community anymore. Like humans are just
Speak
flawed
freely
that
says,
way.
I am a neighbor.
I am a neighbor. Are you really? Are you my neighbor? Because you said you're a neighbor.
It's not exactly relevant that his is a convict in this context, no? It's not relevant that Donald Trump engaged in like election-related fraud and was convicted on all those counts?
So that's where he gets this thought process from. He read it from like one of his like YouTube chats. And I'm like, what do you like? Now I understand why Destiny had this really dumb take. Okay, all right. He's just responding to a dumb YouTube chatter.
In the course of an election, that's not related to his current behavior. That's not a model of his current behavior that you don't think.
Like Destiny isn't responding to anything that XQC is saying. He's just responding to what some random chatter said. Which...
Did you get baited? Has that been saying a bunch of dog shit?
Cope of... What is this?
Did you get baited? Did you get baited? Has that been saying a bunch of dog shit?
The cope of... I mean... He is. He is a convicted felon. That's not a cope. That's just like a fact. This is where conservatives are at, right? Like you call it a cope to state something that's actually true?
Oh, God. Guys.
Wait, he literally just played him talking about that a second ago. Oh, that's hilarious.
If every time we had a noble conversation, okay, about an objective topic, and I addressed Disney, hey, hello, sir, are you, oh, okay, yeah, you can talk now, divorced cuck. Hey, divorced cuck, Andy, dumb fuck, fuck my wife, guy.
Yeah, the reason why he's saying this is because Destiny was in an open relationship, and then he, his open relationship kind of ended with him, like, losing his wife, his literal wife to a
community. Be a neighbor, not a member. Sorry, text isn't the best way for what I am explaining. I will refrain.
I mean, I think I understand what you're trying to say, but the language is very loose. Like, because someone could argue that being a member is way more important than just being a neighbor. Like, you could argue saying that, like, a member is like they chose to be in it. A neighbor, you don't technically choose your neighbors. Neighbors kind of just choose you. When you're a member, you actually choose to be a member. You don't. Yeah, I will stick with that argument. But like, if you're a kid and then you technically chose to be a member of the family, you didn't really choose to be the member of the family. But that's only in birth. That only breaks down in birth. That argument only breaks down in birth. But yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. I guess you think neighbor is like more community driven than just being a random member. Like I can kind of understand that. But with my characterization of what a member means, I don't know, that changes things.
Guy, like, dude, like, I understand that it's true. I understand that it has its own validity. I think there's
Your general point makes sense to me.
I think you're just gonna address somebody as, like, just their name and one.
I can't tell if this is difficult to understand or not. It has to do with whether or not it's related to the subject. I'm pretty sure I even said that in that. I don't know if it got clipped or not.
Yes, XQC was talking about something that was like unrelated to. I mean, well, yes, but what you're talking about, what XQC was talking about, wasn't related to the subject. So why do you even bring this up? I'm repeating myself from like 30 minutes ago, but still.
I like your thought process.
But it has to do if it's related to the subject.
Yes, a deep dive conversation for sure.
Yeah, true.
Right? That's the issue. It's not just a random fact. It's if you're running for president and you're a convicted felon, and that convicted felony has to do with election-related fraud, that's the point. Like, okay.
Destiny's mauling at me? What's Destiny mad about? What did I do?
Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value to the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money.
Yo, this is crazy. Wait, let me go to the big screen for a second. This is funny. So we got a video. I'm watching Destiny, right? I'm watching Destiny. Destiny is watching Asmongold, right? And Asmongold is watching Destiny. And then the Destiny that Asmongold is watching is also watching Asmongold. This is like watching people's like Ception. We're like 5 layers deep into watching people watch people. Like Destiny's watching Asmongold, Asmongold's watching Destiny, him watching Asmongold. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's kind of hilarious.
Speak Freely says, I love how he thinks Stormy Daniels is election related.
Is he though? I don't think he's technically related to what the specific thing that he's talking about, so that's true, but like, see, this is the thing that I hate that Destiny does. Like, it's vaguely related, because Stormy Daniels is somewhat in politics, and he'll bring it up, and it's vaguely related. But he'll switch from being vaguely related and using it in an argument to being hyper-specifically related, and saying that, oh, since your thing is not super hyper-specific to what I'm talking about, therefore it's not related at all. but then he'll bring up random stuff
says.
that's super vaguely related.
5 layers deep with 2 people who still haven't gotten deeper than the first layer.
True. True. That's so true. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but like, I want to say it's true. Damn, I got too many tabs open.
Like $22 billion worth of value. I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all 3 branches of government. You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh god, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking retard. When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain like illegitimate control of the state. That is correct. Yes, that's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation.
I respect Destiny a lot. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think it makes a lot of sense. He just called you an R word.
And are now apparently going to be running America. No, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody.
Who? When? Where? How?
And you may say, and you'd be right, the corporate titans have always had a lot of political power. They have a little bit in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This is
He doesn't know what super PAC is, guaranteed.
You're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is oh wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But
wait, is this? There's not even anything here. It's just us. Oh, I thought something. Is this just clipping us to each other, or?
What is this? This is what? He didn't even respond to any of it. Are you gonna?
Now you're not, because it's not rigged in your favor. That's it.
You just don't know anything. You just have no history, understanding. You have no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is.
Destiny, for the love of Christ. 1 week ago, you were telling
Oh, bro. Oh, this was good. I actually watched this video. I watched this specific video, and I thought it was legit. He cut, like, yes. Call him out. Call Destiny out.
Did you see XQC put 700K on it?
Yeah, he asked me yesterday. He's like, who do you think? Wait, how is this an argument? Wait, I'm pretty sure I've always said it's like 55-45, I think, in favor.
Now Destiny sees that he's gonna get called out.
Could these two actually sit down and talk together in real time? Or is this just what they do?
This is probably what they just do, honestly. Asmongold, I think Asmongold, Destiny just says that Asmongold doesn't want to talk to him, but I've listened to Asmongold, and Asmongold doesn't, like, Asmongold thinks Destiny's like right on a bunch of stuff, and I don't see why Asmongold wouldn't want to talk with Destiny. But like, Destiny copes by saying, oh, no one wants to talk to me, so I assume that Asmongold doesn't want to talk to me. Even though he literally played a video of Asmongold like basically praising Destiny, and I'm like, why do you think that Asmongold doesn't want to talk to you? He literally is praising you. Like, what?
Favor of Kamala? Wait, that's what we're going by? His election predictions? No, wait, I'm like, Richard Kamala, you really feel? I was like, yeah, I think so. And then he sent me a picture of the bet.
That's so funny.
No, it's not election predictions. It's you being an idiot and saying that Kamala has it in the bag and talking about, like, it's literally a, like, you're calling Asmongold an idiot, but yet you're the one here saying betting and XQC lost a lot of money because he put so much money onto Kamala Harris and then lost it all. Literally because of what Destiny was saying. The election stream. Honestly, I should watch that one day. I should really watch it one day on stream. It'll be fun.
On the same stream, you showed Harris' campaign has spent more than double Trump's.
Listen to what he just said.
Harris got 3 times the money Trump did? Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win?
Yeah. It's pay to win, yeah. Those 2 statements directly contradict. Well, first of all, this is spending that's raised directly by the campaign. That doesn't include super PAC contributions. The spending by the campaign is not the same as the spending by the totality of media spending.
Yeah, exactly.
Harris just... To be clear, these are my logs with XQC. Hold on. XQC messaged me on election day. No, I'm sorry, the day before. November 4th. And he says, yo, who's winning? Tell me. I'm putting a bet on Kamala. How safe is that? Probably 80% safe, right? I said, probably 65% safe. I don't know about 80%. XQC lists the bet. He says, it's not a blah, blah, blah.
Wait, why don't you show the logs? Why don't you show the logs? Don't just read it. Show the logs. Prove it, man. I'm not gonna take your word for it.
And then I say, he's talking about how much you put on. And I go, LOL, good luck. Like, well, I've never given like a for sure, like, oh yeah, 100% these guys are gonna win. Like, that's, what a projection.
Bro, why'd you say 65% though? Like, every single poll was saying that Trump was gonna win for so long. But you still put Kamala Harris above 50%? Wait, what? And then instead of discouraging him from actually putting the bet, you just say, okay, lol? Or LOL, okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, you were super wrong about that. Yeah, look at him. That's why he doesn't want to show that's why he doesn't want to actually show the quotes. He just wants to read it out. He just wants to read it out and paraphrase what he said. Because what he actually said, if you actually see what Destiny actually wrote, he probably would have been like, yeah, for sure, dude. Like, he would have insinuated that maybe you probably should, because like, it's a really big bet. Like, if XQC would have like gotten like millions of dollars. Like, if Kamala would have won, the amount of money that XQC put on Kamala Harris, he wouldn't need to stream again. Like, he would be set for life. Literally.
What an insane fucking projection. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're the one that made that projection. Like, what?
I don't know if I've ever given him, like, said that there's like more than a 65% chance that
more than
Kamala's gonna win. Maybe like a month or two.
Look at him. He's coping so hard. Maybe in a month or two we'll go, okay. Look at him. He's trying so hard not to lie. And he's hedging right now.
It's like election predictions. How is this the same as like knowing information about things or talking about things that's like already happened? What? Just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win?
Yeah. It's pay to win, yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other.
Destiny for the love of Anubis. You can claim Elon's wealth was instrumental in getting Trump elected, while also seeing how Harris was pushed so much that she turned from being one of the most disliked vice presidents in history to be seen as the second coming of Obama. Meanwhile, this is what her own people were saying.
True.
You can claim Elon's wealth was instrumental in getting Trump elected, while also seeing how Harris was pushed so much that she turned from being one of the most disliked vice presidents in history to be seen as the second coming of Obama.
What is the date for this huge flip in favorability? Did this just happen?
What do you mean, where's the date? The date's right here. Are you blind? What are you talking about? Where's the date? It's right here. Let me actually, since I'm gonna pay attention to this a little bit more.
Happened when she was announced as the candidate? I mean, okay.
Meanwhile, this is what her own people were saying behind closed doors.
And I'm going to say what a lot of these folks aren't saying. I'm just going to say, if you think that there is consensus among the people who want Joe Biden to leave, that they will support Kamala, Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken. And I'm going to say that because if they're going to come out and say all their little things on background, off the record, but they're not going to be fully honest, I'm going to be honest for them. I'm in these rooms. I see what they say in conversations. A lot of them are not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Should there have been an open primary, though? Let's see.
Wow. So Destiny didn't even like list. He didn't even like hear what literally one of the leading Democratic people on the Democratic Party was saying about like Kamala Harris's campaign and the inside information. He has no idea.
Speak Freely
he
says,
just has no idea.
Destiny need a date. He needs to shower and shave. Cut that hair. Maybe get a release. He looks like a pimple ready to pop.
I'm not gonna lie, the need a date part, I think Destiny has that in the bag. I think he's kind of sick of women right now, to be honest. Or if he is in a relationship, he's keeping it hush hush because of how badly his last relationship ended. So it's either he's single or he's seeing someone secretively. So yeah. I think he is seeing someone secretively because during his stream, like random women will just be walking back and forth in his room, and I'm like, interesting. I know one of them. There's another dude that he lives with, but like one of the girls that's in the actually whatever, it doesn't matter. Speculation on my part. Don't really want to.
Yeah, there was. Support Kamala, Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken. And I'm going to say that because if they're going to come out and say all their little things on background, off the record, but they're not going to be fully honest, I'm going to be honest for them. I'm in these rooms. I see what they say in conversations. A lot of them are not.
Actually, no, I will say this. So like he has this guy that's his cook, his own personal cook in his that lives with him. And he has a wife, I think, or a girlfriend that just stays with them as well. So, but I also see a second female that also walks randomly behind all of them sometimes. So I'm thinking it's that he probably is in a secret relationship, probably, maybe, I don't know, but yeah.
Not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Should there have been an open primary, though? Let's see.
Yeah, there was.
He needs to take a shower and shave. Actually, he used to look worse. He did used to look worse. Maybe get a release. Yeah, honestly, he should get a release. And he does look like a pimple that's ready to pop. And when he pops, it's hilarious. Let's just say that.
I don't understand what he thinks he's arguing here. I don't even know what the point is. Like obviously there was huge.
The point is that there was so much evidence that Kamala Harris wasn't going to win, but yet you still rated Kamala Harris at a 65% to make XQC bet hundreds of thousands of dollars on her and then lose. Like, bro, how do you not understand what he's trying to argue here? Like, this guy, Destiny's trying so hard to pretend that he has no idea.
He paying for extras. Production value. Wait. A cook?
Yeah, he literally has a
I
cook.
would call my secret gay lover my cook too. Obama, anyone?
But yeah, I mean, actually, Destiny, he outwardly says that he's like bisexual. So like, yeah, and he's not ashamed of it. Like, people will ask him, "So have you done the thing?" And he would be like, "Yeah." He said like once or twice, and he's like, "Yeah." And he shared personal stories about that a long time ago before he heavily got into the political stuff. But yeah, he wouldn't even be ashamed to say that. He probably does have a secret gay lover. But yeah, that guy is literally his cook. Like, I see him bring him food all the time, and then the guy would be like, "This is insert specialty dish here."
Okay. Owning it, respect.
Yeah.
Huge contention in the Democratic Party over what would be done. Like, we literally people started leaking shit to the press to get Biden to step down. No shit, there was like huge contention over what was going on.
But yet you still said XQC, 65% Kamala Harris win. True. And then said lol. Not even disparaging. Like, nah, lol. All this evidence against, nah, she was gonna win. She was favorable to win. True, 100%. Like, you say all this, but yet you still put that bet. Yeah, okay. Like, that's the whole point. And Dustin doesn't understand that.
I don't understand what the...
Yeah, he doesn't. He's pretending not to understand. He's stupid. He's being stupid on purpose right now. He's being intentionally retarded. He's being intentionally retarded. Yeah.
I don't understand who he's even arguing against right now.
In removing the president. They are interested in removing a whole ticket.
Should there have been an open primary, though? Well, see, we thought that there would be. The anticipation was that if the president were to step aside, that there would be an open primary.
So you have an historically disliked vice president. Her own people don't want her. Internal polling showing Biden...
Everybody, everybody's favorability in American politics sucks right now because the partisanship is at like insanely all-time highs.
Wait, what do you mean? Everyone's favorability except for Kamala Harris for some reason. Like, right here. Like, what? What do you mean?
It's just crazy how unpopular everybody is. Even Donald Trump was a historically unpopular president. He's really popular with Republicans, but that's it. Like,
disliked vice president. Her own people don't want her. Internal polling showing Biden would have lost catastrophically.
They were privately...
As opposed to like, who would you run instead?
Telling reporters at the time that Kamala Harris couldn't win. Biden
They're not making that argument, but okay.
campaign's own internal polling at the time when they were telling us he was the strongest candidate showed that Donald Trump was going to win 400 electoral votes.
And now you want to tell me it's not pay to win when the media was praising her as the next Obama, and you were so convinced she would win that XQC bet $700K on her. Come on now, my man.
True.
What does that have to do with pay to win? Wait,
True.
What?
He used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election, and somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think this proves it. $1 trillion. Okay, so it's $1 trillion. It's gone up by 20%, so that means it's $200 billion. Twitter was bought for $40 billion. That's how I see it, right? That's how I see it.
I really wish this video was longer. Destiny's like dumbfounded. He has no idea what just happened. He just got owned and he has no idea how.
Okay. Absolutely based.
True.
Would you debate his editor? I don't know if he... I don't think his editor does debates. I know you said you'd want to do a talk with Asman online, but he says he's going to Florida soon, so it could be a good opportunity. I've already addressed it. I'm not interested in like having like the friendly conversations with like the both sides anymore. And Asman seemed pretty clear that he didn't want to do like anything
freely
resembling a challenging conversation. So I'm not.
Mic drop.
Oh shoot! This is actually revolutionary. Because I was just talking about this. Yeah, mic drop.
I know you said you'd want to do a talk with Asma online, but he says he's going to Florida soon, so it could be a good opportunity. I've already addressed it. I'm not interested in like having like the friendly conversations with like the both sides anymore. And Asma seemed pretty clear that he didn't want to do like anything even resembling a challenging conversation, so I'm not interested. I'm not going to like just have people like come on and be like, oh, I think both sides are the same, and then like never want to talk about it. It's just like it's the epitome of...
So basically, that Destiny is basically saying, I don't want to chat with Asmongold. Like people are saying, oh, Asmongold is is trying to like dip or disappear or trying not to talk with Destiny. But Destiny's the one that's basically saying, nah, I don't want to talk with him. So Destiny's the one that's basically saying, I don't want, if we're not going to have the conversation I want to have, then I don't want to have a conversation with you. So like, then it's on Destiny for like, why hasn't Destiny and Asmongold talked yet? It's because Destiny doesn't want to actually have like, Destiny wants to have a specific conversation that's like very adversarial, and Asmongold doesn't want to have an adversarial or debate or whatever, because Asmon doesn't do that. He doesn't care. He doesn't care for debate. He doesn't want to. He's not super arrogant like Destiny and thinks that his worldview is what everyone else should see and it's the truth. Like his worldview is the truth. Like how Destiny thinks that his worldview is the truth. Like that's how arrogant Destiny is. But Destiny's like, well, he's so arrogant that he doesn't even want to like entertain the other side's arguments at all. Not even a tiny bit. Not even like a little bit. I just repeated myself, but yeah, it's so like, yeah, it's because of Destiny that people aren't chatting, that they're not gonna have the chat. So for anyone that's gonna say, oh, Destiny is the one, like Asmongold is afraid to talk to Destiny because Destiny would wreck him or whatever. Like I'm sure Destiny would actually destroy Asmongold, logically, but like. Destiny is the one that's basically saying, I don't want to have a conversation if it's not a debate. So, yeah, it's on, like, Destiny's the one that's rejecting it. Asmongold is going to be in Florida anyways, but Destiny doesn't want to talk. So, or he doesn't want to talk the way that Asmongold wants him to talk. Yeah, let's just say that. All right, well, I'm going to end the stream here because...
Speak Freely says, does not wish to entertain. Or is it he cannot understand the logic?
Asmongold does not want. Asmongold's mentality is that he really doesn't care. He's a little bit of a nihilist. Let's just say that, a little bit, not full blown nihilist. You could definitely categorize him as a nihilist. So like all this political debate stuff, like he doesn't care. Like Asmongold thinks Destiny takes this political stuff way too far. He's like, Asmon would argue saying that Destiny's way too like emotionally invested in like the politics of everything, way too emotionally invested. And I don't disagree or agree with that statement. I mean, I tiny bit agree with the statement. I'm leaning, but like I wouldn't use that as like an argument against like talking to the guy. But Asmongold isn't making that argument. Destiny's making the argument that he doesn't want to talk to Asmongold because Asmongold he literally just doesn't care. He doesn't have the drive. Most because he's a tiny bit nihilistic. Tiny bit, Asmongold. But yeah, it's not that Asmongold doesn't understand the logic. He just doesn't care enough to get into a heated debate with Destiny about it. Like it's not that big of a deal in Asmongold's eyes, but in Destiny's world, it's the biggest deal in the world. And Asmon just doesn't agree, so he doesn't want to do that confrontation type of thing. Like Asmon doesn't want to agree to a confrontational type of thing. Like he'll talk with them, but not confrontationally. Let's just say that. Yeah, he doesn't want to do a debate. But yeah, I would blame Destiny for that, for having really stupid standards for
Speak
when he
Freely
wants to talk to
says,
people, though.
I was meaning Destiny not understanding the logic.
That's the issue. Like Destiny is just, he doesn't even want to. Like, Destiny understands the logic. Destiny's so full of himself that he. It's not that he doesn't understand the logic. He understands it too much, and he just assumes. Like he predicts what people are gonna talk about, and
Speak Freely says, right. I am the same way. Let's do a conversation, not a debate.
Yeah. And Destiny doesn't want to do that. And Destiny wants to run people down and call them retarded and ask them if they believe in dinosaurs. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you even doing? What are you even doing, Destiny? Like, honestly, I do agree. Like, Destiny is way too emotionally invested in this, and he lost. Destiny lost. He lost, and he's really butthurt about that. So I understand why Destiny's acting very irrationally right now. But yeah, but I have to go now because I gotta sleep. Gotta go to sleep because I got work tomorrow, sadly. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. This was the most amount of people that talked on my stream. Let's go. See this multi-streaming? It's legit. It's legit. And thanks for the follow.
Bloodlust 1944 says.
Yeah.
Peace. Speak freely says. Emotional investment leads to illogical thinking.
Yeah. Yes, true. But the issue with Destiny is that he's a debater. He is a debater. So he will
Speak freely
if you
says.
guys,
hey, I am glad I found you. Much love.
thanks. Much appreciated. I'm glad you guys came in because like the whole point of me streaming in the first place is having people like talk. So yeah. But yeah, I really should go. So yeah, thanks. I have more things to say, but I will keep it for another time. Maybe I might make clips of this and throw it on my other channel and condense some stuff down. But I highly doubt I'll do that because I'll be working. So, and then when I get off work, I'm like, I'm lazy, don't want to do this. But yeah, thanks for watching. And camera's over there, but you guys are over there. And yeah, I don't have a schedule, so I typically stream in the morning. I don't typically stream this late, but maybe I might do this more often because it seems like I get more viewers when I stream later. So, or people chat more when I stream later. So thanks.